Hello, 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 and welcome. I look like a giant blueberry.
Holy crap.
To Q&A Thursday here at the Rag Company Podcast channel. I can't even. It's so funny. Okay, so anyway.
Who's the girl in Willy Wonka?
Violet.
Violet.
Oh,
Violet,
man,
Violet.
I'm turning into Violet. Okay,
Oh,
so
God.
barring that, welcome to the show. Happy to have you here. This is a place where we have a lot of fun. We occasionally answer detailing questions, which is why you should provide them in the comments below, live chat during the show. If you think something up on the fly, somebody reminds you of something, that's the opportunity. Do it, drop it in the comments, and we'll get to it as we proceed through the show. Now, since we're all just starting off, I want everybody to do us all a solid. Please click like, since you're on this video anyway, and make sure you're already subscribed to the Rag Company Podcast. Now, moving beyond that, guys, housekeeping. What do we got going on?
Well, Dane, first off, happy Thursday. It's a short week this week due to Labor Day. So we're hoping everybody had a safe and happy Labor Day and possibly maybe we scored some detailing products, right?
Yeah.
During our Labor Day sale.
Some of those doorbusters.
I don't know why I
Fine
did it
goods.
like that, but
Because it's delicious.
It is delicious. And so hopefully you guys scored big there. But short week this week, and for the rest of this month, we are pretty busy, right? With either creating content here in the new studio setup and or planning more fun stuff to come here
true.
within the next month or so, right? Is it new products? Maybe, possibly. Is it maybe new and exciting videos, new exciting stuff? Yeah, that could definitely be it. But most importantly, you know, it's becoming, you know, dear and dear friends here within the Rag Company studio.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's been the most fun to be able to chill, hang out, have some fun with everybody when they come in, visit, say hello.
Yeah.
I'm going to Germany on Sunday.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, I'm going to go. I'm going to enjoy some schnitzel.
Some Wursts.
I'm going to enjoy some Wursts.
Yeah.
Dirk Dew and I have been texting all morning, and he has sent me pictures of his snacks that he has purchased.
He's always got
for
good
the
ones.
for the show. Dane, you recall?
Yes.
The mountain of snacks and drinks, beverages.
He ships them to the U.S. after the fact, but I gotta say, during the show, he's going to like the market every single day.
The pictures are insane. I
It's
should have
nuts.
shared them with Nick so
Yeah.
we could have shown some of them. But it would make Anthony jealous that he's not going.
It would.
For sure.
It would.
But so we've got Auto Mechanica happening next week. So for those of you in Europe that are going to Auto Mechanica, come swing by our booth. We're in Hall 12 on the main floor, right when you walk in the main doors. We're right there, right next to KCX and Color Lock. We are just same booth built, basically. So it'll be us and PNS.
There we go. Yeah.
So you can come on down to Auto Mechanica, come check us out, say hello, shake some hands, kiss some babies, all that good stuff. But a couple big things that are going to be happening there. Not only am I going to be speaking, I'm doing 2 engagements where I got to get up on stage and tell you guys all about the Master of Shine's 20-minute one-step, but also talking about SOPs in your business. And fun fact, I was able to share some of those SOPs today with a local business owner, and it was very fun to be able to do that. So some of those things we're going to be talking about. We're also going to be doing, I don't know if you guys saw on my Instagram, but we're me and Lars and Shad and Alan and Marvin, we're all going to be hanging out talking IDA stuff.
Oh, okay.
As well. So we're going to be doing that. And then at the DIY center that they have a DIY area where all the brands get together and have a do-it-yourself area where you can try out a new polisher, you can try a new pad, you can try product, you can wipe stuff off with Rag Company towels. Anything and everything is right there. We're also going to be doing IDA CD SV testing there. So super cool event. If you've never been to Auto Mechanica before, if you're in Europe and this is your first time, we got a lot planned in Hall 12. So super excited to be able to offer a lot for everybody coming, not only for the Rag Company and Rag Company Europe, but for the detail industry, so to speak. So we've really been really appreciative of what Auto Mechanica has been doing and wanting to do that. So we got that. Then, like Nick went over to, we're going to go back to the events page on the Rag Company page. Now, as you can see, we've just added a couple different things. So coming in October on the 3rd and 4th, we're going to be hosting a Rupes training class. You can pay for that, and it'll get you, it's $350, and it'll get you a $150 voucher towards the purchase of a new tool.
Nice. Good
Super
deal.
cool.
Sweet.
So not only are you
Deal.
going to get Rupes training and advanced covering on damp sanding, correction, polishing, all that stuff, but at the end of that class, that $350 purchase for the class gets you $150 towards a new polisher, which is rad.
That's awesome.
So we got that coming up in October. And then we have on the 12th, we have KCX coming to do an education day. We are going to add a price to that, but I tell you, it's going to be so reasonable. We're basically going to use it to cover the cost of food.
Excellent.
So
Yeah,
that is
very affordable.
pretty much a free education class, but we're going to provide, maybe a little breakfast snacks, things like that.
You just
and
want to
then
be
a
able
lunch.
to cover that.
That's pretty much it. So, but there's going to be lots of little giveaways, lots of items, things like that. So if you've been wondering about the full KCX lineup, Jason Miller is going to be here. He's going to do the class. He's going to be hosting it. And we're super excited to have him. So that is on the 12th. And that's going to be a Saturday morning. Just come hang out. Spend the day with us. So that'll be cool. And then on the 18th, the following week, on a Friday, from 10 a.m. to 4, we are hosting an IDA certification event, CDSV. Dane did it on the last global certification event day. We're doing it again. October 18th is a global SV day. That means for the IDA, we're going to be doing globally CDs and SVs all over the world on that day. And Rag Company is hosting one as well. So if you wanted to join the IDA or maybe just get certified, you're already a member, that's the perfect time to come and do that. So we've got that.
pretty packed
and then
week,
the
pretty
end
packed
of
week,
October, right? Supreme Rap Class.
Heck
October
yeah.
is a big month for us and for MVP.
Yep.
So we have stacked the deck for everybody. We want to try and get a lot done before everyone gets ready for Christmas and vacations and all the holidays and all that stuff. So we're trying to get it all in, especially as shops start to slow down in October and November. We want to be able to provide some of those educational opportunities to maybe plan for the new year. So that's why we've got everything kind of jam-packed for October. So super excited to have all that. So mark your calendars, check back at the events page because we're going to keep adding more and more information. And like I said, if you're an auto mechanic, come say hi. Come hang out with me.
Yeah.
And then if you're wandering around the streets of Munich like a week or two later, you might run into Dane Hennon.
Yeah, so just to clear up, not only will Levi be gone, I will be gone as well. However, this time I'm not going to Auto Mechanica. I'm actually doing a family vacation. And it's
That'll be fun.
It's a
It'll be
fun
nice.
opportunity.
Yeah,
and I
it's
really
been a
wanna
couple
go do
years
that.
since you guys got to do that.
So getting a chance to go do that's really cool. But yeah, I'll be in the general area. But you'll be leaving on Sunday, this coming Sunday. I will be leaving on Thursday. So I will not be at this upcoming Q&A Thursday. It's just going to be Anthony and whoever he picks to have as a co-host.
Yeah. Whoa.
So he can bring a guest in. He can do whatever he
What?
wants, but he's got to get it figured out.
Can
So
we do
I'm
like a trial or something
So-
that you
Have
could
you guys
host?
all to myself.
So
Yeah.
what I'm saying here is, if anything happens to next week's show, this is the guy to blame. You got to make sure
Oh,
that
that's-
he
you're just setting him
actually
up for failure.
follows
That's not
through
not what I signed
and
up for.
ensures that the Q&A
thought it'd be,
Thursday
like,
happens,
make it more
because
fun.
we love you guys, and I certainly want to make sure it always happens. But if I'm not here, I can't be the micromanager making sure it happens.
I feel
So,
like this is like
I'm
like
low-key
Dane's
pressuring
going
you in
out of
public.
town, and he's telling his child to don't have a party while I'm gone.
Actually, it's more like
That's what it
there's.
feels like.
I'm
I want Anthony as the other parent. I want him to have a party. I want him to have fun.
Oh, it's not that.
On
It's,
Q&A
it's me
Thursday.
leaving the child behind with the pet, and I got to make sure they feed the pet. If you don't feed the pet, i.e., you don't have a show for
So you're calling
a
our
wonderful
listeners pets?
audience. Probably not the best way to look at it.
kinda
I'm just
strange.
saying, feed the dog, man.
Dane, that's weird, man. That's weird that you're saying it like that.
Feed the fish, feed the dog, feed the cat, whatever pet you like
you
best.
I want you to know, Anthony, I
doesn't have
feel
to
that
be a
you're
pet.
responsible
You
enough.
might get Anthony unhinged next Q&A Thursday,
I'm
right?
just saying there better be a show.
Like, maybe you guys want to know industry secrets, right? Maybe you want to know things that I know that I never thought you would know.
Spicy.
Maybe
Well,
that's a good time to ask.
I'm going to be gone for a number of weeks, so
Dane's
I'm
gone
trusting you
till
guys
pretty much
to
January
run it.
1st.
I'm going to be gone for like 3, almost 4 weeks, so I'm hoping that those Q&A Thursdays happen. I've made all the assets, so it's completely on the rest of the people in this building to make sure they still happen, and I'm trusting you, the audience, to reach out. If you notice they haven't posted anything, it doesn't look like it's happening, pressure them. Call customer service, call Lucas, be like, hey, you get on the show, make sure Anthony gets his butt in there, and you guys host a Q&A Thursday.
All right.
So,
So anyway, that's enough of me pressuring, but
want
I'm
you
doing
guys
it
to know
lay it out there.
that I've made it a goal that I've made a deal with Dane's parents that he will be in Lederhosen, here in a couple weeks.
We're very excited about it.
And there will be pictures of him on the internet in Lederhosen. And
for you guys to do with what you will.
I want him to look like a happy German boy, just
Boy.
Yeah, I want a beer stein in one hand and maybe his arm around a beer lady, a server,
several with pretzels,
and or him sitting in a chair laughing, cheersing another just random German man.
Yeah,
and then a couple of the waitresses. Dangling pretzels over his head and him trying to eat them
to take bites
like Greek grapes.
Yeah, I think that would be a great shot. Just you cheersing, the beer sloshing.
I would also like to see him climbing up on one of the Clydesdale horses. I mean,
or dancing on a table.
Oh dear!
You can't do that anymore. They kick you out.
They'll kick you
out of beer halls now. So it's a liability thing because
cheersing and pretzels dropped over your face like eating grapes. That's what I want.
Ideally.
Something like that. But in Lederhosen.
Now that we've scared everybody away, why don't we get into some detailing questions? I see we got a few pages here. I'm going to start pulling them up. So obviously, we've got Umberto saying, hello, TRC.
Umberto, what's going on?
Umberto,
welcome back to the party.
And then I've also got Dan Pfeiffer here. Levi, what's he saying?
Good afternoon and word up from my garage in Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday Eve, TRC gang. Finally getting some detail time in. May your soap be foamy and your paint be glossy. Let's go.
Dang,
it's a good way to start off Friday Eve, right?
Yeah.
Like it.
I think I've established why I'm so much more out in the open than you guys.
Well, you didn't have to go man-spreading.
I can't quite cross my legs. I bring my leg up there. It's not that I can't do it. It's just it kind of just...
Your muscles aren't developed.
It's just pulling on those lower back muscles a little bit.
So at this point, you just own it.
So I'm just... It is what it is.
Own it. Yeah, that's all right. You can take it.
I'm glad I don't have a hole in this, in these shorts. Yeah. So, Bori says quality touch. And then we've got next up... Joey Belinsky, Grandmaster T3 2024. We do want to recognize him for his efforts, right?
Yes.
Thank you for being one of the good ones, Joey. Says, hello, you wonderful dudes. I'm on time this week. I'm here as part of the welcome committee for the T3 Grambos. Yes. Welcome to the party. So I should probably talk about that for a quick second.
Yeah, actually, that's a good piece of housekeeping we missed.
Kind of highlight that. Our T3 Grandmasters have been selected, and all of them are awesome. It was a super good bunch this trimester. We had a lot of great people to choose from. There was almost 200 applicants, and of those we were able to choose these 6 people. And so far, I had a call with Juan, who's part of Ultra Details. I had a call with Alyssa yesterday. I had a call with Austin. I had a call with Steve. Then who else am I missing? I'm missing one other person. Oh, and then I had a call with Brandon. Pretty Auto Pros. I have one more call left with Charleston Detail later today. But of the 5 people I talked to, everybody's so awesome. They're really talented. I think it's going to be a really good bunch. And I think that they're going to give those T1 Grandmasters a run for their money. You know what I mean?
You're liking this bunch, huh?
I'm just saying, don't back down. If you feel comfortable, don't get too comfortable, because these guys... They're talking a pretty big game, right?
All right. Excited for this quarter.
They're wanting to. There's
trimester.
Several of them that I told about the Grandmaster of the Year prize, and they said they were out for blood.
They got hungry.
They got hungry, and a couple of them heard that it's basically a party for the full week, right? Dinners, axe throwing. Yeah. I mean, relationship building,
breakfasts,
jobs. Apparently, we pass out jobs.
Apparently, that's a wild thing.
That's like a crazy thing. Like
you get a job in the industry,
job opportunities. That's like wild, right? For good or worse. And so I mean, it's just crazy.
Sometimes a free set of wheels.
Sometimes a free set. Actually, always a free set of wheels.
Yeah, always a free set of wheels.
Plan, sign polisher, and so. Some of these people were hearing this and going like, okay, so tell me how I win this. Yeah. And I told them, I said, it's not a secret, right? Consistency, quality, creativity, and going above and beyond, right?
Yeah. Don't stop.
And so I'm really excited to see what they're going to do.
Don't wind up on Santa's naughty list.
So give them a follow. You can go to the Rad Company's Instagram page, and you can go and follow all these accounts. All 6 of them will have 10% coupon codes that you'll have access to once we get those up and going. And I'm sure they'll probably be doing some type of fun giveaways or something like that. And now we have UK representation in T3 for this trimester.
Them, right? You got 2?
We have Andy, right, at Fanatical, and so he's part of the T1 group, but part of T3 is Steve, right?
Okay,
So Geeky
nice.
Geeky Detail Reviews, and so he's got kind of the torch for GB over there, right? And we have Alyssa, who's holding the torch for Canada, and she
Nice.
actually, funny enough, well, not funny, but I mean, it was just really interesting. She's a car rapper, right? So she's really good at car rapping. She's very familiar with Justin Pate, the Rap Institute, all that
nice.
kind of stuff. But she actually started in a body shop.
Oh.
So she was doing
Oh.
body shop and prep work stuff, right? Before she started getting into and detailing, before she started getting into car wrapping.
Okay,
So
nice.
I asked her, like, what the heck, how'd you get into this industry? And she said she really loved, she loves cars and she loves kind of what she does, and she kind of just, fell into this. And
That's a well-rounded experience.
So
then.
yeah, so it's kind of cool. So long story short, there's going to be good representation in Canada, the UK, or I should say England, Great Britain, got all the different names, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to have some great US-based Grand Ambassadors as well. And I'm really hoping, as always, people make friends out of this whole entire thing. People we choose are very friendly, so you can go befriend them if you want to give them a follow, shoot them a message, congratulate them, talk to them, whatever it may be. And if you did not get chosen for this trimester, please do not give up. Right?
Don't get discouraged.
We were very critical this trimester because we had so many applicants, and we actually had so many talented people. It was actually really hard. So me and Dane had again whittle our list from almost 200 people to 15, and then those 15 people were really hard to get down to that 6. But what that means is that you still have plenty of opportunity if you weren't chosen, or if you were a previous Grand Ambassador in previous years and you feel like you can bring more to the table. Please reapply. We want to continue to have this program running, and I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
That's all I got.
Next up, I've got Gary Wall. Hello, Wall, from Canada.
Hello,
Going,
Gary.
Glad to see the big CA getting repped.
Cervantes.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? What's up, David? How are you? man?
Hey.
And then Jay Firefighter. Hello, TRC brothers. Who's watching football tonight? Not me. I'm going to be working on a GTO. I got a judge sitting in my garage that's been under a blanket
Really?
for 20 years.
I not
20
watching
years,
football,
wow.
but I did finish. Don't judge me. Look, where's that camera at? Can you get that camera on me? Which one am I looking at?
You're over here. Yeah.
Don't judge me. But I watched the Bachelorette season finale
Oh.
last night. It's me and my wife's thing for this, this summer, right? We said we're going to try to watch more shows together. That was crazy. I don't know if you guys watch. I don't know if your wives have talked about it. I don't know if you watch it, but hashtag justice for Jen. I'll just leave it there, right? They did her dirty in that show, man. They did her real dirty. She was very nice. She's a nice woman. I hope that she finds what she's looking for in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know why I winked like that, but let's get back to this.
All right.
Next up here.
Next up.
The one who shall remain nameless.
Oh, he went back to being nameless.
Kevin says, "Good afternoon. Happy Friday, Junior, from the sunny South Coast."
What's up, dude?
All right. And then he repeats, but let's go to Dan here. Dan says he will tune in. The first time they show Taylor Swift, I'm turning the channel. Had enough of her and Kels. I'm there for the football. Oh, people are just doing
love
what they
them.
think
Is
will
it
get them
football
ratings.
season right now? Is that
Yeah,
when
it
it
started last week.
Forgive us. We are not sports
I was going to say, you're
people.
not really talking to
I named
sports
my
guys. He's
my
baseball.
My kids named the trailer, our travel trailer. They couldn't decide, but they really did like Trailer Swift. And then the other one was Traveler Kelsey.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So
Wow.
those were the two names they came up with for
Oh,
the
dear.
trailer, and I was like, I'm in. I'm all in for that.
Dan's gonna lose
I'm
his
sorry, Dan. I love both of them, and I think it's awesome. I'm super excited. And
Levi
I
just
think
doesn't want the Swifties
here's
coming
the
after
thing.
him.
it adds to the sport. It brings a
Yeah.
whole new group of people that want to buy merch.
New audience.
You got to look at it from a business point, from a standpoint of what those owners are looking at. They're getting some actual extra money for no other reason.
Like they expect
They got-
somebody who talks
yeah.
about every year, oh, I'm going to watch the
They're
game."
also
Of course
getting
you are.
more views. Like, just crazy. So,
Granted, it doesn't mean you have to like it, but
yeah,
at the same
you
time,
can totally hate
it's
it. I don't
how
care.
it
I'm just going to tell you, I think it's awesome.
yeah. All right. We got your boy Jake.
says, "Do you have any experience with RV and camper detailing, mostly exterior?" Yes,
I have a touch. Yeah.
he has. He
Trailer
has. So he
Swift.
has, so he has a camper, right? Slash, camper.
I've also detailed many campers.
And I've detailed like 2, and I don't think I ever want to do them again.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably never again. But yes, so Levi, in your detailing experience,
Well, what's his question?
Let's find out.
That's the question
Jake,
first.
let's hear what you're looking
boy.
for.
He says mostly exterior.
Yeah, but what do you? Yeah, I got to experience all that.
Jellicoe, what are you
What's the
working
question?
with? All right. So we got Jay says 100% agree. Deanna, give it 5 minutes before her name is brought up.
Man, they're all
Brian
just
got my
get stuck on that.
FTWs, creatures, and eaglets on the drying rack right now.
Nice.
Good man.
Great towels. All right, David Boyce.
Dane, Levi, are you two Alfred Hitchcock film fans?
Yeah.
Levi, I think you'd like The Bird since it features crows. I like Hitchcock. A lot of his stuff. I've watched a number of his films, but I'm not a live and die and eat, sleep and breathe.
So no,
Hitchcock.
like Rear Window and all that kind of stuff for you, but
No, I've seen
okay, you've
everything
seen them all.
Hitchcock has made.
But you're not going back and rewatching.
But I'm not often, unless I'm going to show it to my kids.
Sure,
And we've talked
sure.
about The Birds, but I don't want to scare them.
I was gonna say the birds.
We've talked
like,
about Psycho, but I don't want to scare them.
It sounds silly enough in premise, but when you see that scene, especially they like go into that one room and they see the guy with like his face just all messed up from the birds.
But when I was
that was pretty nasty for a movie.
but when I
as
was a
old as that
kid,
was.
we would stay at my grandmother's house a lot on my dad's side.
Yeah.
And we would walk to her house, and we would spend after school. We'd be at her house, and there's some nights because we'd stay there till my parents got off work or whatever. But usually my dad would come over, pick us up, and then he'd hang out with his mom for like an hour and talk with her.
Yeah.
Right? Or his brothers would be there and my cousins, and it became like a place to hang. And then it became like a Friday night hangout. But one thing that would happen some nights is they would do Alfred Hitchcock on television.
Okay.
And it would be like they would do the music, dun 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 dun, dun, and then he'd go into the profile of himself drawn on the thing,
Right.
and then he'd go, "Good evening, my viewers."
Yeah, he like greets the audience
Yeah.
and then he presents.
and then he present the
film,
show,
yeah.
and so I would watch, like anytime that was on, I was like, "Oh, I'm in."
Yeah.
Like I loved it. My sister hated it. I loved it, and then my sister ended up loving it too. So that was me as a little kid.
You
like
get nostalgic at a certain
yeah,
point,
like
so.
8, 9, 10. That's what I would watch because
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, this is rad." So anyway, yeah.
No, I respect the classic certainly, and he was a massive influence on that kind of film, thrillers, etc. We've got What's Up Guys from Carlos Miranda.
Hello, Carlos.
And then it appears my page jumped. What happened here? Nope. Okay, on to page 3. So I got Edmund Iverson, good old Ed. Ivy.
Happy Friday Eve, my fine gents. Finally got a chance to catch the live Q&A since it's springtime. It's nice to be back. That box you made out of cardboard,
Amazing.
unbelievable.
Super amazing, yeah.
Amazing.
Insane.
I love that.
Super
I love that
stoked.
Ed's getting into the groove, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is his time of year right now.
This is
Full on trading
yeah.
company, all that.
Next 2 months are this is him. But I love that he's been incorporating many things, detailing into
Yes.
the lives of his pirates, the lives of his skeleton crew, and a little bit of everything. And as always, we're here for it. We love to see it.
Absolutely.
Dig it. My house is already decorated.
Yeah.
Is it really?
It's been decorated since mid-August.
You didn't waste any
Good.
time.
So my wife agreed this year that this will be the year that we start exploration
Oh.
into
So you should take her to
Halloween
Take her to
decor.
Michael's. Take her to Michael's.
She wants the cute
Do it with her. Go.
and fun,
Yeah.
not spooky.
Yeah, they've got go to Michael's. There's something for everybody.
There's something for everybody. Okay, but
But I would say like, hey, let's go to Michael's tomorrow night and go look around.
because previously it was nothing but
Take Lucy.
fall,
Yeah,
pumpkin
right.
PSL vibes, right? Like
Yeah.
pumpkin spice lattes
Yeah.
and
No,
stuff like that.
you'd be impressed.
But now that we have our daughter, she wants to really start jumping into this. And the thing is, here's the fun thing: my daughter, right, October baby, right? Her favorite thing, she loves Halloween.
Yeah.
She talks about Halloween all year long, right?
Yeah.
So,
and
I'm
you're
like,
a big Halloween fan.
I love Halloween. I think Halloween's awesome. One of my favorite things. And so, I'm really looking forward to that. And we're excited.
Yeah,
you know?
I'd go to. I honestly will tell you, take a family trip to Michael's and just go. Let's go look at the Halloween decorations because they've got a lot for everybody.
I'm excited. Next up
Download
here,
a
Dane,
coupon so
All
you
right.
can pay
Bam.
less money. for
we've
'em.
got Anna Longfield saying, "Sup,
What's up,
everyone?"
Anna?
Anna, what's going on?
Anna?
And we've got Simon Howard says, "Hi team, good morning from Australia. I love the shot transformation. When are we going to see it being used? I watched the podcast with Matt and Dane's mom and dad. What an awesome couple of humans. Yes, they are awesome. And actually, our first video of the studio and the transformation actually goes live next Tuesday.
Yep. Yeah,
so
you're going to be seeing
on the lookout for that.
A lot coming out, but we've deliberately held back any of the new stuff we've shot because we've shot several things. We've held back anything new before we do this big post showing the actual transformation.
Yeah.
Then you're going to see a bunch of content where it's featured, just so you kind of understand how it's going to work.
Next up, we have Barney13 says, "Hey guys, what are your thoughts on using a heat gun to fix etch clear coat from bird poop?" Oh, Barney, don't do it.
That's a bad idea.
Don't do it. I actually explained this, that I did this a while back.
It's just going to keep going. Right?
No, oh man. So here's what's happening. In most cases, you're swelling the clear, right? And you're not necessarily causing that bird etching to go away, but the paint is expanding. So once it cools down, there's a good chance that it can contract and it could come back, right? Now, heat and UV can eventually, sometimes solve bird etchings on their own, but in some cases they may not be able to, right? So that's where you're going to want to look into possibly polishing, compounding, potentially even sanding, and sometimes it might be too far gone to even pull those out, right? But I will tell you that my experience with trying to do etchings with a heat gun, I actually had a spot on my hood that I needed to heat up because my paint was relatively newer and I didn't want to have to polish or compound it. So I took a heat gun out and I started heating up this area on my hood. The hood itself, actually, due to the garage being, it was like 50 degrees in there, I heated up that spot. The metal itself started actually warping, and because of the temperature difference, right?
Is this an aluminum panel?
Not aluminum, just steel. So it started warping. It scared the crap out of me. I literally thought I just ruined my hood, right? But eventually the metal was able to come back and it was okay, but it did not fix the etching, not at all. I just think that in some cases you could probably get lucky with a very surface etching and you can use a heat gun, and I could probably fix it to the point where maybe it's not worth polishing or you're happy with the results. But I think it all depends on how bad the etching is, but do not use a heat gun in cooler weather on an etching like that.
But it also depends on the car. If this is a custom paint job or you've had the panel repainted, there's a lot of clear on it. Sometimes that clear cannot be fully cured, and what you end up getting is a frozen pond effect where the top layer of clear is hard and solid, but the lower half, that maybe 2, 3, 4 coats underneath, are still wet and still moving, right? So imagine that it's a pond underneath. There's still life under there. They're still doing stuff. You heat that up, and like Anthony said, you get in weird spots. It will allow it to breathe a little bit and open up. But what'll happen is the moment that it, say, pulls out into the cold, that panel will shrink right back up because that lower pieces of it aren't fully cured. So it may be right back there, and you can't do anything until the whole panel and all 3 or 4 layers fully cure. And you can't do that until it gets some heavy sun, heavy UV on it.
I would try to get it into some heavy sun, into some heavy UV, depending on where you're at. Clean it very well. So what you need to do is, if it's an etch or bird poop, clean it. Get it, use an APC on it. Use car soap. Neutralize that area. Get all of the acidic nature of that bird poop out of there, right? Clean the pores of the paint the best you can. Clay it, do whatever you can. Then park it out in the sun and let UV and sun be able to do its thing.
It heats the panel fully.
Because it's gonna heat the panel fully, right? And you're gonna have a much better effect if that is going to be pulled out and fixed on its own from the sun and from the UV. I mean, you're just gonna have a much. I've learned this probably from 3 etchings since my battle with etchings 2 years ago. I completely changed my method of approach to getting rid of some of these etchings, and it's been working ever since. So I would do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Next up, we have Edmund says, "Thanks for the awesome Labor Day sale, by the way."
You're welcome,
Glad you
yeah.
enjoyed it, Ed. Joey Blinsky says, Anthony and I are rocking the same shirts today. I finally caved and put mine through the dryer to fix the bacon neck. Dude, this has been through the dryer. It's wasted. I don't know what's going on.
I wore mine once. I washed it once, wore it once, bacon neck.
Was it a different shirt brand than we usually
So this is actually the same brand that OG uses. It's it's a nice shirt. It feels really good, but I don't know what it is. Maybe the color that we chose or...
Yeah, just it's this shirt.
I love that design. I really love that design.
It's just a shirt. It's Nate's been experimenting with different shirts for years. We've always done the next levels. Yeah. But on some of our more fancier shirts, we wanted to really try and push the envelope on stuff. And in some cases, we've had some great success. Other cases, we have not. So
you're taking notes every time.
It just depends.
For next time.
These shirts, like Anthony said, super soft. I couldn't believe how soft it was when I put it on.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is nice.
Felt really nice.
Fit and cut is really good on it, but that neck just acts funny.
Bacon neck.
So.
Gobble gobble.
Sleeve of Wizard. New products, let's go. This is Joey.
Very nice.
Very nice. Next up here, we've got
JSB.
JSB says, when are you guys changing back to a table for the podcast?
I'm hoping in like 2 weeks.
We missed the table.
Dane's going to be gone for like a month.
They're probably going to put it back in while I'm gone.
Hey, just think about how we're out there. I mean, all of us. Look at Dane, right? He's like the blueberry girl from Willy Wonka. What's your name again?
Violet.
Violet, right?
See, the problem is it all comes back. What I want to do is you look at all these podcasts. You look at like half the comedy podcasts that are out there. It's people chilling on like a sofa or on a couch, just like couch chair, something like that, and that's fine.
I'm excited to be
and
here.
then others are just like a table setup. Everybody's got their own thing. I wanted to like class up the place. They throw in the plants, you get different lighting. You kind of adapt this new wallpaper was very nice.
No. What if we get those trays? Like, like the movie theater, it attaches to the armrest.
Why don't we get some movie theater chairs, Dane, with drink coolers?
We just keep adding more stuff.
It just gives us...
Until it eventually recreates what we used.
Let's just be honest. We're just going to cover the crotch. I mean, that's all we need to do.
Everybody gets so self-conscious.
It's because we're out there.
I'm out there, dude.
We're just having fun.
I'm right there with you guys. At a certain point, I get it. Maybe we can try the tray thing. Maybe for everybody's sake, we can try the tray thing. On that note, though, moving on, we've got Air First.
It says, there's the lads.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you, welcome.
And,
Oven.
Yes.
Ed.
And then we've got...
What's up, man?
Adam Walters.
What's up,
TRC?
Adam? What's going on, Adam?
Hey. And, and then Umberto was asking about SEMA. Yes, SEMA will be coming up. These guys will be there. I will not for the first time in a long time.
Dane said he's staying home.
I'm sending Gabe in my stead. That way he gets a chance to familiarize himself with the event because he's never been. And, of course, David Boyce here. Anthony, have you heard of the Honda Accord Euro R Tourneo CL1?
Sounds like a station wagon.
So I know the Accord Euro R, the Tourneo CL1. That's the part that I'm confused about because, like, I know the Accord
I was
Euro
just saying, I'll be
R,
honest, even I don't know.
But I don't know the Tourneo. I don't know that
I know
CL1.
The Euro Honda Accord was our Acura TSX for a while. I know that. But...
there's like a variation of that, but like for example, like the Euro R,
but that's gone and changed.
The Euro R got like the Type R, that engine that got, they got the K20. I think it's either the K20A or it was a version of the K20 that was just very similar to like the EP3 Type R and the DC5 Type R, which is pretty cool.
When I came back from Japan in 2000, I brought home with me a good stack of about 30.
I never know where these
30 different brochures from local dealerships.
Okay, right. Yeah,
of different models.
And you brought home a hard copy GTR.
It was
sick. But that's the only thing I kept out of all of that.
I know,
tossed all crazy. I had like 4Runners, which were called Surfs. I had Accord. I had probably an Accord Euro Tourneo,
or probably just an Accord Euro.
I had a bunch of those.
It would have been crazy because the year 2000, that would have been like the final year of the EK9 Type R.
Yeah, they had
that
those.
would have been.
I had one of those brochures. Yeah. I had a ton of stuff. Yeah. It was super cool.
That is cool.
And I kicked myself
in the trash now
for being a dumb 20-year-old kid.
Somewhere
they're up in the
Boise
landfill.
rotting away.
Yep, just rotten.
Dang it.
Sad.
It's rotten.
Sad.
Good times.
Air first, blessings from Ireland to each and every one of yous.
Oh,
Oh,
you too, man.
thanks, buddy.
Thank
Much
you.
appreciated. And then we jump to Getty Costello.
Says, hi guys, is it safe to use a DA on old paint / single stage paint? I've heard it's not a good idea. I do have a depth gauge. I'd be using the DIY Details yellow pad and their gold standard polish.
You
Dude,
can.
you're
It's just
fine.
it clogs up
Yeah.
very quickly.
It's going to clog up quickly. It depends on what kind of, again, it's going to
rotary and
depend on
wool
what kind of
works
pad
a little
you're
better.
using. If you're trying to cut through oxidation,
Right.
yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a slower process. It's going to be a pain, but people do it all day, every
Yeah.
day.
The other thing you can do is this is kind of one of those things. If it is oxidation, really wash. Spend some time washing the surface, get it clean, and then get some sort of clay or scouring on the surface that you are okay with. So, like, if
I mean,
you
you're
can
going to be
get,
polishing it
you can buy
anyways,
5,000 grit sandpaper. You can get with foam backing. You can get foam blocks. You can create a 5,000 grit sandpaper wash pad that you can then wash old oxidized single stage paint with very lightly, just like soap and water. Just wash it and lightly scrubbing the paint down. That'll get a lot of that oxidation, especially run it, and that'll help you if all you have is a DA and all you have is that one foam pad and gold polish. Like, as it's just, you're going to load that pad up so much. So you pad washer, air, prepare to wear it. Like, it's going to get all over the place.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
The big
Rotaries
part,
love cutting single stage more than anything.
yeah, I think if somebody's not familiar with how it works and they're doing it for the first time, people get scared because, oh my gosh, I see the color of the paint showing up
Yeah,
on my
no,
pad.
it's like that
It's
thick
exactly the same as what you're doing with your modern clear coats and stuff. It's just you can't see the clear coat
It's not
when you're
that
doing
thick.
it.
It's like this
It's-
thick, but it feels like it's that thick.
Yeah. But you're just seeing what's happening regardless. It's just it actually makes it a lot easier to
But
tell
you
what
did that.
you're getting.
We got that hood across the street, that blue hood,
Yeah.
a single stage, and you just used a DA to do a couple sections just for fun.
Oh, yeah,
but
I
it
got
turned
that.
your pad completely blue.
I like my
yeah.
92 Miata when you turn that thing from pink to
Yeah,
red. That was
pink and
that was
red.
extreme. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of examples of that kind of thing, but people do it all the time. So yeah, don't be scared. Don't be discouraged.
Next up here, we've got Superado says, afternoon, fam. Loved OG Man Review with Dane's parents.
That's a
Agreed.
good one. And yeah, for those who aren't familiar, go check out the OG channel after this and click save later to watch later on that, because that is a really interesting one. They don't talk very often on podcasts, not even ours. So that was a special occasion.
Ira says, Levi, I sorted out the Skoda EV.
Nice.
She's glowing now, man. Thanks for all your help. The KC microcut and the right pad smashed it.
Totally.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, like I said, the microcut works. It's just the pad. That's all you need.
true.
My guy Kirby says, afternoon, everyone, from a rainy day in Houston.
I'd love the rain right now. It'd be nice.
We could use
use
some.
some
All
rain,
this smoke in the air. It's just
Yeah.
bumming
We had a
me out,
fire
man.
start like right down the street from my house.
Over by Micron, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh.
My Suburban was covered in ash this morning,
Was it?
and when I opened the door, like the wind had so much ash in it, like I saw all the ash moving.
Yeah.
And I looked on the ground, and the ash on the ground moved. Like it was like,
Whoa.
and I was like, whoa, there's some ash in the air,
That's
and
a
it smelled like
pretty
a
fresh.
campfire
Yeah.
right outside my house. So
That's close.
yeah, it was like, oh,
Bill
awesome.
Pearson.
Yes.
Howdy, gents. Just checking in to say hi on the way to Lake Havasu for some fan boating. Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
I'll catch a replay later. And Dane from 2 weeks ago, Top Gun.
Nice.
Ah, very nice,
Bill,
Bill.
enjoy yourself.
man,
right? I
enjoy
hope,
that.
I hope they're on the Lake Havasu.
I
doing
wonder
some
if they're
fan
gonna be
boating.
blasting some Skinnerd.
Maybe a little crawfish. You know,
Yeah,
and I don't know.
yeah.
There's crawfish in that. think about you're there for like spring break. You have all these girls in the water, guys in the water having a good time. You just we basically set a breeding ground for crawfish, and like you know what I
Just says,
mean.
"Gotcha."
So everybody starts getting pinched and bitten. You know what I mean? Like their toes are getting
Yeah,
bitten. Like, oh,
yeah.
what's going on? It's a crawfish infestation in Lake Havasu. What happened?
Yeah,
Somebody
it's
was
gonna be wild
trying to cook.
when we someday get our fan boat when we
Yeah.
build it, and then we
Yep.
take it out. Two dudes that aren't strong swimmers,
Yeah,
just getting out on the reservoir.
That's why I'm there. I'm gonna have to
fan
swim
boat,
and save both of you.
You know,
We're just flying like we're hanging on with seatbelts
man.
and stuff
yep.
because we just
Agreed.
don't want to fall off. It'd be a good time.
Anna here saying recommendations for cleaning large semi-truck mirrors. Also, recommendations for hand polishing metal tools and metal accessories on semis.
So, Anna, a couple things. Clarity Cream, a Pixie with the 3-inch pad, Metal Bright by PNS, or pick up G-Technics Metal Bright, or I don't think we sell it anymore, but it's the Optimum Metal Polish. You can buy it on their website. I really like Optimum's metal polish, but those products, those 4 products, work really well on cleaning chrome. So Clarity Cream works great on glass and chrome. So something like a big chrome mirror or something like that really does do a good job. I like using a tool because I've used my hands for years, and it's nice at using a tool instead of my hand to be able to polish a lot of those areas out. It just gets a lot of the heavy stuff off, and then I can usually do some of the finer detail stuff with it. Mother's balls or the mother's like cones, having a couple of those attachments because they work with any metal polish, so that you can get into like some tight corners and things like that with a drill. So those are my basics to get started with that stuff. And then usually if you need to go bigger than that, that's a totally different set of skills, I guess you could say. That's where you start utilizing a lot of acids to break down a lot of that
It's
stuff.
interesting when you have vehicles that are that big, but there's so many like intricate areas to get to.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think just with a good metal polish, either the one from PNS, the one from G-Technic, or the one from Optimum, those 3 are top notch. And then a bottle of Clarity Cream goes a long ways with that. And then you can use a pad or microfiber towels or anything like that. And a couple of mother's balls, you could kick butt. That's how Papa Chrome, Dane Hennon, does it. He lives his life by those mother's balls. You walk into his garage, it's an assortment. He's got various sized
They actually just
balls
hang from the ceiling.
They're various
They
sizes,
look like ornaments.
and then various sized cones. And then the other great thing, if you pick up a Pixie, you can buy a flexible shaft that attaches to it, so you have more
You also have
intricate.
another variety of balls and cones
another
as well.
variety, of balls and cones that come with it. So
Yeah.
Balls and flex shafts, that's what you need.
yeah,
All right.
lots of cool stuff. But Dane, big fan. Papa Chrome is
Love.
his AKA.
Love cleaning that
And,
chrome.
he's
but
all
for real,
about-
it's fun. It's exciting to see it go
Yeah.
from that, pitted, kind of corroded, whatever, to something
Yeah, you
incredibly
feel
shiny.
like you've accomplished something.
You do. You really do feel that way.
Yeah.
All right. Then I got Umberto here popping in to say he also enjoyed the interview with my folks. So thank you for that, Umberto.
Thank you. Thank
then
you.
I've got Meridian Marmot. What's he
Ooh.
saying, Anthony?
Are you planning on doing any updates on that diamond coating on Anthony's Toyota?
Oh.
Ooh, about that.
It's kicking butt. That's what it's doing.
I mean,
Here's the thing. Nothing bad happened to the coating on the coating's end. Like, it's not its fault, but he actually is trying other...
Don't just stop.
Well.
So, question: do you do mobile metal polishing? Do you go to
words.
like truck stops, or do people come to your house?
Yeah.
truck stops. I mean, Dana's
No.
loved at truck stops.
Am
you
I?
know,
Just wondering. I was just thinking
what's it
about,
called?
like,
Bussies?
Bucky's.
Buckies. That's
Called
what it is.
Oh,
Bucky's. We don't have them up here in the
Wow,
north.
I'm lightheaded.
That's-
But all of our
from that
friends.
whiplash.
But the Mr. Gas out on Eisenman has now become the new on the spot RV or trucker haul place.
Expecting that.
Oh, lordy. Okay, details of me. Hello.
Spending my birthday lunch with you guys. I love the video of the head-ins. Did I spell that right? Super cool. Happy birthday. Chris.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank
That's
you.
so funny.
No,
Dane just,
appreciate
yeah.
that. Really threw me there.
Here we go. Iris says, I had a cold sea swim this evening. Now
Oh
tucking
my
into
gosh.
venison burgers. What life do you
he's
have?
just living this beautiful life.
Incredible.
Venison burgers with Bali Malo relish and some room temperature Rioja.
Rioja.
Like,
Cheese.
so like, what
Rioja?
is this? Like, we're,
Life
Iris,
is
are you
good.
incredible
Man.
food?
are you? Do you live in a castle? Are you rich? Do you have like like? Can I ask that? Like, do you have
I mean, that's
like?
pretty forward.
Are people fanning you, or like, what's the deal? Because here's what I'm wanting to do. We're gonna make an Irish vacation. TRC does Ireland, right? we're gonna go to the Isle of Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go see my death race, right? I need to see that. That's
We're gonna
on my-
stop
The
at
Isle
my
of Man
family
TT
bar.
is incredible.
I will see the Isle of Man TT. That's like a bucket list
Yeah.
thing for me to
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
And then from there, then we go swing by Ireland.
Yeah,
go
we're gonna
stay at Irish Castle.
Yep, we're gonna go into Ireland and we're gonna go into Roscrea and hang out at my family pub, the Maher family pub.
Okay.
I didn't know
It's
you
no
had a family
longer
pub
there. They sold it recently.
I feel like
but I want to go check it out
For-
and say hello.
I feel like
that my family used to own this bar.
Okay.
our Irish adventure would be very similar to
I have
like
a jar of dirt from it.
that of like
my
It's
house.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Right? Like Ira probably lives in that castle that Dennis was in, and you know it was a show reference, right?
Yeah.
And you are like Mac. You feel like you have family roots there.
I have large family
and
roots
then
there.
we get there and nobody
That's
knows
where we
who
were
you
before
are.
we were in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah, but that was like thousands of years ago.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We have a family bar that we
Okay.
literally sold because everybody lives over here.
Gotcha.
And the last remaining family member over there was like 90 years old. So my dad went and visited him back in like 2000 and was like, we should buy this bar. And his brother was like, we should buy this bar. And then they did it.
we need to start building out this marketing trip. Ireland, Isle of Man.
Find a way
What
to
do you
do
think?
it.
I like it. I think it's
Yeah.
great. We can do all kinds of stuff.
Me
like
too.
it.
Okay, great.
get
Good
in
deal.
there.
North,
Next
we go
up,
south.
All right. Where are we?
Joey Belinsky says, "Happy birthday, Christy." So Christy,
Agreed. Happy birthday, Christy.
So
where
actually,
am
she
I?
share a
Oh,
birthday
there
with
we
your
go.
your parents' birthdays aren't today, Dane, right?
No, my mom's was back on Monday.
Monday. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
David Boyce says Lucas has to host with Anthony. Bring back the dude with the Idaho afro.
Dude, his
That's a
hair
good
is
That is
wild.
a good idea. For
He
that one. I like
maintains
that.
that. It's
Yeah.
actually like
I
that
asked
all
him
the
if he
time.
blow dries it to keep it so fluffy.
Yeah, how does he do that?
Oh no, your dad said that he blow dries the front of his to keep it so fluffy.
Yeah, my dad feels like he never has enough volume, so he really
Yeah.
tries to puff it up.
pumps it up.
Your dad's
Yeah.
always done that. He's the only
He loves
guy
that.
that still uses a blow dryer.
He
got
loves it.
mad once when we didn't have a blow dryer in a hotel room.
The details of me. Christy says, "Thanks, guys."
Glad
and
we got
then
that there.
we've
Then,
got. Dun,
whoa,
dun, dun,
they're
dun.
moving so fast. Okay.
I think they like the Irish idea. A female gardener lady hosing.
I don't even
I
know
don't know
what's going
I
on.
don't know what that means.
Oscar, happy Thursday, everyone. What's
Happy
up, man?
Thursday, Oscar.
What go-to chemicals would you use if you wanted to do a paint enhancement plus 1 year coating? Ooh, chemicals? Well, you want to wash the car first, and then do a paint enhancement. It's easy. The MOS one step. It's a simple one. Or do the Master of Shine 20-minute one step with the famed Protect, Rupes Protect with Beadmaker.
There you go.
Yeah.
Uno Protect. And I created it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
And there's
You
no
get
video proof
all
that I
the
didn't.
credit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Anthony and I have a number of different videos. I teach Gabe how to do it.
Yep.
I teach him how to polish a car, and that's where he told us about how his dad used to make him use a sock to wipe down things.
Yeah.
So I thought that was very strange.
I fear for that.
It's on video.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
true.
Anthony, though, did show once that we were doing Uno Protect on Nick's car, his parents' car, and Anthony goes, now wipe it off with Beadmaker. And that, like, changed the game. So I will say this. If you want to try and do this with a 20-minute one-step, or I mean a basic paint correction and a enhancement and coating, I would literally just wash and clay the surface. So get some soap, get a clay scrubber, wash and clay the surface, then get a blue or yellow wool pad, 5 or 6 inch, depending on what polisher you're using. Add it to your DA. Buy a 250 ml bottle of Rupes Uno Advanced. Put a couple drops on, buff the car, leave it on the surface, go all the way around the car, then let it sit for 30 minutes, wipe it off, then get a bottle of Defender, come back and spray, wipe, a couple FTWs, you're done. You literally have a year's worth of protection on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
a
you've
good
polished
combo.
the paint, it looks awesome, and the car looks, it'll look great.
It's a great way to enhance and protect in the same step, but like, I mean, you're actually getting a real good correction out of it. And it's not just filler stuff. So that's what that's what you would want.
Bam,
Next
Ryan
up,
Rigdon.
we've got Ryan says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. Coming to you today from the deep south of San Diego.
Deep. Ooh,
So that
yes.
is pretty deep, Ryan. You're in my my sister.
Your
and my
sister
brother-in-law.
literally has like a small fan boat that
Yes.
she rides to work.
Oh.
She does. She
Like a
rides it. She
personal
rides
fan
it
boat.
to
It's
her.
like a
She
personal
rides
fan-
it to her Dutch
one-seater.
Bros stand that she.
Are they like
has.
bird scooters, but they're
Kind
like a
of.
fan
Mhm.
boat, and
Yeah.
you just hop on it and, bzzz, and just,
Yeah.
it's like a
Yeah, you sit
desk
down.
fan
You still
that
sit down.
powers you along.
Yeah, but you get there, and then her husband has one also, but it's like a 2-seater.
Oh, okay.
So
Like a
sometimes
tandem.
she'll get there before him, and then he'll get there, and that way they can,
Okay.
And sometimes their employees show up that way too, because that's like the only way, right, to get around in the deep south.
It's called Oceanside. It's where they live. So it's
exactly.
It's
Say
Did
that's
you, like,
why Oceanside.
it's not a lot of
Yeah.
land
Yeah,
there.
a lot
It's
of people are
mostly
driving
water.
electrics, EV fan boats.
Yes, correct.
okay.
You know,
I was wondering
save
if
the
you could like
environment.
Voltron these things.
You probably could, Dane.
That'd be
Mhm.
pretty.
You could Voltron anything.
I would like. Well, if you're brave enough.
You know what though? What are those? Okay, so you know how my father-in-law has an island.
Yeah.
It's just
You
crazy
could be
to
living
hear
the
that.
same life that Ire does, just in another
I
part of the
know,
world.
but it's like a Central America life, and I do not want that life personally for myself right now. I need to get
Some
a lot
guys
more.
just really like that,
Well, no,
and others are just like, eh.
I have to get my rest of my ducks in a row before I could go like move to like Central America. It's just not something I can do right now, right? What I'm trying to say is that island, right? There's a lot of islands around it that are what are they called? It starts with an M.
Mm-hmm.
It's a something island, but it's plants, right? It's like
Mangroves.
mangrove, right?
Yeah, no, mangrove islands are
So
crazy.
there's plenty of mangrove islands around this area, right?
You gonna
where
plan on jumping them with a fan boat?
well, no, that's where I'm thinking, dude. These fan boat bird scooters like would go
Ooh.
crazy around.
We
there,
need an
right?
investor.
One on
So-
each foot. You
so-
Who
just
wants to help us build?
Because
Fan boat bird scooters.
He wants to go. He has this island in Bocas del Toro,
Yeah.
right? That's where his island is, right?
Yeah, mouth of the
Nice.
bowl.
But there's all these islands everywhere. There's like Red Frog Resorts. There's all these different different type of resort things, and I'm thinking, stand up fan boat scooter, right? So small scale,
Yeah.
and it's like a bird scooter, but you just same thing. Use the app, you scan it, and bam, you're fan boating, but
Oh.
just as an individual, as a single rider.
Think of the freedom.
that is true.
Some people might call these a jet ski with a fan on them, but I think
It's
that
starting to feel like that.
this is
you ever see a
definitely-
sack guy on a
How does
wave
that
runner?
feel?
like this needs to be a third of
Sure,
the
we
size
could buy
of
them
a
on
jet ski.
Temu.
It becomes unwieldy after a minute.
Joey Valinsky with a new towel idea called the spread eagle.
Yeah.
Most of
It's
them are
just a
already
wider eagle edgeless.
spread. Yeah. It's an eagle blanket.
Oh dear. Oh, that's true.
Lucas saying, ha Ido Afro for the win, David. Thank you.
And then we've got a shout out to T2 from Joey.
Nice,
Thank
Joey.
you, Joey. Then we've got Andrew Ruth.
Anthony, as a fellow swole detailer, I
He's a
can
fellow.
say that the calves and quads are looking just fine. You're ready for a hypertrophy phase. Yeah. No, I think. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm actually really proud of my calves and my, my legs have always been, nice and, thick with 2 C's. And that was nice because when Matt Mormon was here, obviously he's always trying to compare his figure to mine and be like,
Yeah.
I'm
That's
so much,
always awkward.
look at me,
Yeah.
Anthony.
Well, it's because
I'm
he's seen this photo.
Well, he's threatened by it.
He
Yeah,
just
and
he
it
pays a
bothers him.
lot of
When
attention.
Matt
to these
sees
things.
that photo, Matt goes, "Well, dang, I never looked like that." You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Let's go ahead.
you've
and-
achieved something he hasn't.
I achieved something, but
in his life.
he had talked about it because we were talking about calves, and he goes, "Oh, I just wasn't blessed with good calves, but I hit legs all the time, right?" And I go, "Well, Matt, do you wish you had these, right?"
Yeah,
and I
Popped him out. There were sparkles that came off of him.
post-surgery calf flex,
Yeah.
right? Post-surgery
you
calf
were
flex.
popping them muscles.
And he was just
from the
like,
calves.
genetically, just,
he was a little bothered
yeah,
by
and
it.
then
not
Nick
gifted.
walked by
And
and,
then Nick-
shocked us all with his
because Nick's-
stellar
Oh, right.
calves.
Nick's calves are the size of like my torso,
Yeah.
right? And
Nick
so-
came in and he was like, "Have you guys ever seen these bad boys?"
No,
And he
it
flexed his, and
Yeah.
the ground shook.
was like a 12-gauge shotgun every
It
step he
was.
took.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Cocked and loaded.
thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it.
So I just want to point out during the interview with my parents, somebody pointed out in the comments, I didn't even realize this until they said it. This was up between Matt and them while they're having the conversation. And at that point, I just couldn't unsee it because we use it as a joke on the podcast here because, hey, remember when? But to have it during such a serious and heartfelt conversation,
that's us.
It just
that's us.
It's
that's
very
the beauty
us.
of us.
It was pretty
I'm
great.
glad
We
I
don't
could
take
be
ourselves
there.
too serious.
I'm glad I could be there in the room
not.
with them, right? You know.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you haven't seen it, that's a fun little bonus you can pay attention to. David Boyce here. I'm always rooting for the dudes that don't get enough shine.
Thank
There
you,
you go.
David.
All right.
David. Now, here come to judge. Here come to judge. So this thing's beautiful. It's orange, bright orange,
Yeah.
with blue and yellow stripes, black interior,
Yeah.
polyglass tires. It was finished 20 years ago.
Okay.
Was at the Boise Roadster Show in 1998.
All
The
right.
last time it came out was at Northwest Motor Fest 2002.
Ooh, that was a while ago.
Then it went back into the shop onto a lift, put a blanket on it, and then raised it up, and then parked another one underneath it. And it had been sitting since 2002. So this collector that
the
I
hose
have,
has got to be so dry rotted by now.
so everything's been replaced.
Oh.
So this collector that I detail all these GTOs for,
Yeah.
that's what he has. He's got like
Just lots of
He's got like
GTOs.
20 of them in
Oh
various
my-
states of restoration,
Wow.
and he drives a lot of them. But then he's also building them for other people.
Okay. He's kind of the goat whisperer for people.
Pretty much, that's what he
Okay.
was known as here in the valley. And
Nice.
so this is one of his that's finished, and he gave me one of his red ones recently. You guys saw,
Yeah.
and brought that one over, that judge, and that was a fun one. And he
Was
drives
that the one with the squirrely tires?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, but this is a polyglass, so they're
Okay.
big bias ply bricks on all four corners, and it. Needless to say, this one's stunning and is in as perfect condition. It feels like it was covered. Anthony, you'll love this, with an eagle blanket
Oh.
Gosh.
for 20 years. It's been draped over it and just letting it sit.
Crazy.
So he took it off. It didn't harm the paint
Wow.
when he removed it because it was up high. But what it had was some dust and stuff around the edges from where the blanket sat.
Yeah.
So I washed it, and then he had a leak in his ceiling, and it dripped on the back
Of course.
back of the car. So I've got a couple stains I need to get out of the paint, but the paint it's perfect. The car is it's crazy how immaculate it is. Carly looked at it. She's like, "Are you already done with it?" I said, "No, all I've done is wash the dirt off.
I barely started.
Like it's not, it's
Jeez.
fine." And she's like, "Oh my gosh," because the reflection in my lights, it's perfect. Like I feel weird. I'm gonna go through and polish the whole car again and
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
through everything, but it's
You're
like
gonna go pretty light on the polishing because it's pretty good.
no, I'm gonna do just
you're
Uno Advanced.
going
I'm just
into
doing
it.
Uno Advanced
Okay.
and wool on it, just to brighten it all up and put a good coating on it. But
Nice.
Nice. I
All
like
right. Well, Anna, talking football, go Ravens. All right. Air
And
Force.
Iris says, "Hope the health is good, Anthony." Thank you. It is getting better every. I wouldn't say every day, but I mean, it's like it's a weird, it's like it's a process, but it's getting a lot better and moving a lot more like a normal human. So that's nice as well. Anna says, "Have fun, Levi. GTOs are cool. Yes,
yeah,
they are."
I have a blast with them.
Ooh, and then I've got Ed here. Question: best way to remove motor oil from body panels? The car's a 1923 MG Roadster.
On the paint?
Oof.
So a degreaser,
Would it be a lacquer-based paint from that time period? or-
maybe, I don't know, but a degreaser would be the best bet.
Lead-based paint.
Well, there's a lot of lead and everything.
Next
go back
up.
far enough.
We've got Howie says GTO, nice. I'm working on 1970 GTX. Ooh, also cool.
Yeah.
Also just out of long-term
Yeah.
storage.
Nice.
Sweet.
That would be a Mopar, so
Sweet.
also very cool.
Yeah, Rod was like, literally, I just replaced all the rubber except
Yeah.
for the tires.
Huh.
So he replaced all the hoses, all the fuel lines, replaced the tank,
Yeah.
all that stuff because it's literally just been sitting for 20 years.
That's
Nice.
crazy.
I feel like everybody always talks about, like Chargers and Challengers and all the other stuff and Roadrunners and whatnot, but the GTX doesn't get a
Oh,
lot of love, and I love
GTX is
GTXs.
vicious.
I think they're cool looking. Like, they're
GTX
really
are
cool looking.
vicious cars.
As far as muscle cars go,
Yeah.
they're kind of an unsung hero. Sheldon here.
Says, what's up, all good my people? Been loving Force-Bite.
Nice. Good work,
He's
Sheldon.
just doing a little combo
Yeah.
as a treat.
ZX meme.
Shy meme.
Jaime says, greetings from Portugal, TRC dudes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Portuguese fellow.
So you have your fellow Portuguese
I'm sure he
here.
probably followed us because of the Portuguese beans recipe, right?
That's got to be
Led
it,
him
right?
to following us.
I'm just glad you're here, buddy.
Thank you. And actually, on that note, right, speaking of beans,
What a transition. Can't wait to hear this.
speaking of beans, we got to let loose because here, in the next minute, we are jumping to a few messages from ourselves as well as friends in the industry. So sit back, relax. We are going to be back momentarily to answer more of your detailing questions. So don't get anywhere. Grab your drinks. We'll see you here in just a few.
Oh,
Still
man.
laughing at our own jokes.
Die.
Anyways, happy
Wow.
Q&A Thursday. Welcome back to the second half
Yes.
where we answer your detailing questions. On a quick little side note for today, right? Thursday, we want to do something fun. So the TRC media team went to the Idaho Asian Capital Market to go acquire lunch and a lot of different goodies from around the world.
I did not go.
You did not go, but Dane and I did. And we
Took the whole media team. Like
was
the
our
whole place
first
was
time.
empty.
So
Yeah.
we've known about this like Asian capital market for a while, but we've never actually gone in there. And here's the deal: we love high chews. We like what's the drinks? The
Pocari Sweat.
Bacardi Sweat. We have all these different things that we love and enjoy. And a lot of the media team as well, right? We love all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
We have
big fans
Japanese
of weird
candies,
candy
Korean
and
candy,
foods.
all sorts of different stuff. So
Yeah.
we went there and stocked up on a bunch of different stuff, right? We got mochi, we got
It smelled funny in
So
here.
much
There's So
mochi.
many flavors rolling around the
So-
garage.
and-
No, literally everybody.
so we all got things that we all wanted.
Yeah.
But then we came back here and it turned into like a total like taste test.
There's like a
thing.
potluck.
So we
Yeah,
just,
it was a
everything
potluck of everybody's purchases.
cracking things open, and we're like, "Hey, try this, try this, try this." So what happened was,
Strangest
Anthony walks
combination of
around
flavors.
with fish chips.
so now it wasn't a fish chip, Levi. It was ginger and octopus lays.
Yeah. Ginger and octopus flavored Lay's.
Lay's, which
And
I
Jimmy
didn't even-
came
I
over
didn't know
with
what I bought.
Jimmy came over with Oreo mint flavored Oreos.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was yogurt flavored Oreos.
Yogurt mint or something.
Yeah.
Yogurt mint Oreos.
But it tasted like toothpaste and Oreos.
Yeah.
And then Seabass came over with some black tea popcorn.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then what did you have?
I
Dave?
had kiwi mochi.
He had
kiwi
some kiwi mochi.
mochi,
And then what
yeah.
else did you have, Anthony?
I had what's it called? I had some other different types of
Some
mochi.
different candies.
I had these little like haichu kind. They're like, it's called like it's like a soda candy is what it was
Yeah.
called. So we
Yeah.
had some of those.
Oh, and then Jimmy
Rice
had
paper candies, too.
like ramen chips that tasted like meat, like beef ramen.
Yeah.
Like spicy
Yeah, they
beef
did.
ramen. Yeah. But we all started mixing all this stuff in our
There's a lot of
stomachs.
circle of
flavors going on at
And
once.
so, like right now, I'm just sitting here and I can still taste ginger octopus green tea something, rice
Bubble gut.
balls or something.
Bubble
and
gut. Bubble gut.
long story short,
And
we
then
had,
what
we had
type
a lot
of cake
fun.
did you get? You bought some cakes?
Pandem cake.
Pandem cakes.
Pat is that
Panda?
Pandam?
Pandem.
Pandam,
It's
right?
like
Pandam
what is it, like a
cake.
leafy green?
It's like a
type
leafy
thing.
green, but they have like these cool little cake, little snowballs, right? And I mean, we are like totally like I don't know how much we spent in that market, but it was definitely less than what
I
we
spent
thought.
$42, which considering how much
I
you
think
get,
each one
like,
of
I
you
thought,
spent about 20 to 40 bucks.
Well, you guys don't know the main reason why we went is because we've been talking about how there's sriracha shortages and stuff like that. We're trying to because what happens is we go through a lot of hot sauce here with all of our different foods and stuff. So we just need to get another bottle of sriracha. Okay, well, where do we go? And somebody said, we can go to the Idaho Asian Capital Market. They have plenty of it there. It's usually really cheap. Let's go there, and then we'll buy some other stuff as needed. And so we end up getting just way too much stuff. I think, anyways, fun trip. Still have the taste of octopus and ginger in my mouth. It's weird as a Lay's chip.
wonderful combo.
But I definitely, what's your favorite in the comments? Let us
Exotic
know.
snack.
No gangs.
What's your favorite exotic snack? Do you have a favorite Japanese candy? Is there a Korean chip? A Vietnamese style, whatever it may be, let us know down in the
I was,
comments.
Could be
this
anything.
morning I was talking to Dirk because he was like, I need to sort out the chocolates and
Right.
stuff. And I
Yeah.
said, Milka's Alphenmilk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, what flavor of
So, like-
elephant make? And I said plain. And he goes, plain as a board. And I go, yeah, I don't know what that means. But then I had to take a picture of what I wanted. But I was literally talking about plain gummies, plain chocolates, knoppers, maybe the fanciest thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then you guys go and completely shatter
Yeah.
my expectations of weird flavor concoctions.
Well,
I mean, if you're gonna
It's-
go out of your
it's
way
no
to get some
secret.
stuff, you get the interest.
it's no secret that we love German candies. We love chocolates from the UK. We just love all that kind of stuff over there. And
But
we
you guys also have a very weird love of Asian candies.
Yeah,
and
because they're
snacks.
fun. They just have way more fun
They,
flavors
like,
than what
the
we've
flavors
got.
they have there are just like way better than I don't know. They mix different things together too. Right?
I tried some things that weren't fish based or shellfish based.
In fairness to you, you're allergic. So.
I did not enjoy any of the flavors that I did pick.
Yeah, I just
And I was
yeah.
like, oh, I can't
Have
do
you
this.
tried my weird Fig Newton
No,
thing
don't
yet?
really want to do that now.
Anyways.
For
If
sure. I
you
don't
do,
want
it
to.
tastes like a pixie stick, is what I
Yeah.
keep telling people.
You did
is
give it
crazy.
to me. You said it's like a pineapple pixie stick. but
It's a
Fig
pineapple
Newton?
Fig Newton looking thing, and the texture and everything. But when you bite into it, you
thought
go,
it was
"This
just like
is
a
not
pineapple
the
candy."
flavor that's supposed to come out of this."
Okay,
And that's the experience we have with a lot of these things. It just throws you.
Well, anyway,
So
we had a good time. Let us know what kind of unique things that we should look into trying. What things should we make Dane eat? Right, that's always
Hold
a fun thing. We like seeing his reaction. All right, so let's jump into some more questions here in the second half. Let's do this.
And click like, come on, guys. We do like a variety show here.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep it fun for you.
Yeah.
All right, Dan Pfeiffer, first up, back from the break. What's Dan saying? I'll see that comment pop up here on the screen momentarily. All right, Hitchcock's North
Oh
by
yeah,
Northwest.
one of my favorites.
Wonderful classic film. Like
Yeah,
that's definitely
that is one of my favorites. I probably watched that movie probably 100 times.
In terms of film history, people throw out stuff like North by Northwest.
Yeah.
You got Citizen
Fun
Kane,
fact:
you
that
got
shot
Casablanca.
where the plane comes down on top of Cary
one of the
Grant,
most iconic scenes in
It's-
all of cinema.
like they almost took his head off. They almost crashed that plane.
Yeah, it
in
was
that
crazy.
shot.
Yeah. So anyway, yes,
Super
wonderful
cool.
film, wonderful, Dan. Kevin here.
Does Anthony has some Portuguese roots, like cousins or so? Yes, he does. In fact,
too.
they
He
look
talks
like
about
him,
it incessantly.
and they are Azorians in the Azores, as well as on mainland Portugal. He has cousins.
I don't know. I think I have a cousin that lives
got a variety.
lives in like near Lisbon, but I think for the most part they all still live in the Azores. So I think I have a cousin. You have a cousin
Yeah.
that still lives in my aunt. I have an aunt and uncle and a cousin and
My favorite.
another aunt that actually is now lives in the Azores. And
He's got tons of family over there.
so I do still have quite a bit of family.
What's
over
fun
there.
though is when you did your 23andMe and then you got your DNA results, and then you got to match with other cousins that had your results, and then you found a version that was a doppelganger of you.
Yeah.
Crazy. You looked up a picture and you went, "Wait,
We were
that's
like-
just
Yeah.
me."
We looked up his Facebook profile, and
Oh my
Anthony's like,
God.
"Oh my gosh, this is my cousin. Look at it." We're like, "Oh my god, that's you."
my
Kind of
dad-
freaked us
that
out.
was
Crazy.
Kind of like me, and so
That was wild.
anyways,
He's
got
like your third
self-conscious.
cousin.
kind of freaky, but no, yes, I do have 50%. My father, I'm a first generation American,
Yep.
right, on my dad's side.
Yeah.
Third gen on my mom's side. So yes, despite me, maybe I like a lot of, culture.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All
Anyways,
right.
moving on.
Your boy Jake.
I used to sell RVs, and some of them are crazy oxidized. Any tips on polishing that out? I've just been using Whoop Pad or on a rotary
Probably a
with
wool
some
pad.
Meg's RV compound.
So yeah, wool. You could try Kyle's Boat and RV
Yeah.
repair or polish. It's got some hydrators in it for the oxidation. Provides a ton of gloss. Provides a ton of protection. All in one step. Kyle's Boat and RV
It's a good product.
polish, I believe, is what it is. Compound, Boat and RV compound. We sell it. It's great. Pick it up. Yeah, wool is a great tool for whether it be fiberglass or even the aluminum. Mine's
Wool's your
an
best bet,
aluminum
yeah.
sided one, but then mine's wrapped, so
Mm-hmm.
it's a little easier to deal with.
Yeah, wool is it. I mean, Oxidation's normal, but yeah, there's certain compounds that work great. Even Last Cut Plus is a great compound for that as well.
Yeah.
But it's never like an easy, like if we can't say, oh, there's this wipe product where you wipe it on.
They
the
make
oxidation.
wipe.
Yeah,
they
there's
make
no
those.
magic.
They make that. It's just
Solution that really
It's
works.
more of a
just
temporary
clear,
solution.
Yeah, temporary clear coat.
Just do it right.
Yeah.
You know?
Next up here, we've got
Super
Auto says the bird used to come on at least twice a year on Sunday afternoon during after lunch nap time.
Yep.
That was actually the first time I saw it was in that kind of scenario where it just came on and I was just like, oh, what's this? Oh, whoa, birds are hurting people. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Chris M. Just got here. What I miss?
A lot.
Oh,
A
just
lot,
some fun,
actually.
just some fun jokes.
If you were to scroll back, you would you might
might laugh a little
laughing.
bit.
A little bit.
David Boyce says Chicago Bears get Simone Biles.
Simone Biles.
That's what I said.
Sure.
Simone Biles because her husband was signed as our free safety, Jonathan Owens.
Hey, there you go.
He seems pretty
Congrats.
excited about that.
My
Bears.
father-in-law got drafted by the Browns back in the
Oh,
You did
in the
say that.
that's
late
cool.
or early 70s, late 60s, I think.
Oh, that was a time for
When it
football.
was.
I mean,
There
it's
you go.
either
Long
drafted
time
by
ago.
the Browns or you're drafting Browns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Moving on. Next up,
I don't even know what you mean by
question.
that.
Iyer says, must watch it, Dan. Not seen it yet.
Followed up by Dan saying,
Levi, that show was called Alfred
Yes.
Hitchcock
Yes.
Presents.
Yeah.
There you go.
"That's the one."
Yeah, it was always on TV. Popped on.
All right.
Zex me. Eager to try them. Kudos to you all.
Thank you. Then we've got hello from England, TRC Patty.
What's up,
Or
man?
Potty.
How are you, Neil?
Thank you, Neil John. On to, this is page 4. Let's see. Michael's smells the best during spooky season, says
It
Joey.
does.
I think it
smell
does,
nice.
right? That's where they get the little
You get a little
They get all the-
spice in
they
the
get all the
spice.
candles going
Yeah.
too. All the different
Oh,
harvest
they
candles.
do.
All
Yeah.
of them
All
at
the-
once.
All those new ones are great.
No, you're not wrong.
I literally we spent an hour there last Friday, and I just sniffed candles for an hour.
Did you?
Liz and I
It's
did do that at Cost Plus World Market
Delightful.
last
If
weekend.
you haven't spent some time just smelling candles, take the time.
It's worth it.
Okay, I like that.
Well, we found some incense burners, and one was called Cyberpunk, and I'm like, what do these smell like?
Yeah, what
Turns
kind of
out
hints?
they're actually pretty awesome.
Oh,
They're called things like Power and Essence. There's
like
a lot of
that.
weird ones,
Yeah,
but it's
good work.
way different than what you'd
it's
expect.
fun, right? It's
It wasn't just
relaxing.
new agey
They
stuff.
call
It was
that
something kinda fun.
aromatherapy, Dave.
Yeah. She loves her
All right.
incense, so that was fun.
Aaron, Top 10 Bauer says, which towel do you all recommend for applying Color Lock Leather Shield with? Thanks. Happy Friday Eve. You can apply Leather Shield with an applicator. You don't have to apply it with a towel if you don't want to.
Yeah, especially with Shield because you want to let it dry on the surface.
Yeah, I like pearl towels generally.
Yeah, you
Just
can
any type of pearl.
you can
towel.
roll up, square up a pearl. You can use a rip and rag 1212.
You can use an
Applicators really are the best way because you need to apply it so that it stays wet and it's even but not dripping or running anywhere because then it dries and then once
Yeah.
it dries then you come back with a dry towel and you buff it out,
Yeah.
but you want it to dry on the surface. So I would recommend utilizing an applicator for it specifically.
All
So-
right. Then I've got Superado.
Says, have you guys seen the Halloween Headless Horseman at Home Depot? It's awesome.
I have. It's wicked.
I haven't.
It's
Is
so
it-
good.
That's a
You
pretty
both
crazy
have?
one.
I've gone
Yeah.
twice since
You
they got
both
the
have
Halloween
seen
stuff.
this? How have you
So
gone to
here's
Home
the deal,
Depot already
Anthony.
Twice.
Because I live next to it,
Oh, that
and
makes sense.
Yeah.
I have children who are huge Halloween freaks.
Yeah.
And so Augie has been wanting to go since mid-August, and he's like, "We need to go." And so this week I was working on my backflow prevention project
Yeah.
with my irrigation,
Yeah.
and so I had to go up a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
But I looked at Augie and I go, "It's August 31st. Are you ready?" And he goes, "Yes, let's go." And we got there, and they had everything cleared out, getting ready to put the Halloween decorations up.
Right.
He was pissed. The next morning, I said, "Luckily, it's September 1st.
Yeah.
We need to go get. I need to go back to get another like 90-degree, 1-inch piece
Fitting.
of pipe fitting." And he goes, "Oh, I'm going." And we go, and there's
There it
all the
was.
Halloween.
And he had a
stuff.
little bit of a meltdown because
did.
he
He was-
wanted something.
It's called
and-
the Soul Stealer.
Yeah, it was only $100.
$100 for an animatronic, and he was furious that I didn't want to spend $100 on the Soul Stealer for our front yard. When I said we bought a 12-foot purple spider web that is illuminated
Yeah.
and fits with the aesthetic of the home.
But that wasn't good enough for
And
him?
he said the Soul Stealer fits with his aesthetic.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he goes, it's super creepy. It harvests souls.
Yeah.
Why can't we have it? It's $100. He goes, I want people to see it and know
Does he understand
what
the
kind of house he
value
lives
of money?
in. No, Dane. And then
Okay.
he proceeded to spend the
Well, I
money
mean,
on
he's
Roblox,
gotten, like-
or Roblox.
He's gotten
gift
some
card.
like things to be able to like save up a bit and then go buy something, but $100 where he says it's just $100. You know, when you're in a given situation, that could be a lot.
So
potentially.
I have a neighbor. They build a boat out in front of their
nice.
house.
I love that.
They build it's
Why
a
can't you be
it's
that
a
guy?
pirate ship. Well, they build a pirate ship, and so
So they're Ed.
well, they are like Ed, but they build a full they build a full pirate ship with cannons and all this
Yeah,
stuff. Right?
Again, why can't you
And-
be that neighbor?
They host a Halloween party every year. Last year they invited us. We couldn't make it. But I'm hoping they shoot me an invite again this year because they're like I think they're like all in their 50s, and I think everybody around the neighborhood's kind of in their 50s as well. And they're like, hey, we'd love to have some young people out. We do party despite us being older. Like you'll have a lot of fun, right? And I'm like, I think this would be a lot of fun, right? So might have to figure that out. But
I like it.
I don't know how much my family will ever get.
How much would you like to decorate your house?
The outside, I'm not sure. Right now, I'm like 50-50. Like I'm cool with like small little things in the yard.
So what if you got a light setup like what we have in this room? You could then add maybe perhaps orange and purple lighting to the outside of the house, or green and purple. Would that be something that would appeal to you?
Just go full go.
Just some lights on the outside.
No. I don't know. Like I like the pumpkins. I like that kind of stuff, but I don't know necessarily if lighting is it for me.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a lighting thing. I don't know if it's not. It's definitely not animatronics.
Wouldn't want the headless horseman from Home Depot on your front lawn?
No idea what it looks like, but
Kind of depends, I guess.
So here's
I
the
don't
thing.
want things to be a burden for when
Okay.
I'm maintaining the lawn.
Well, the lawn's starting to die already, so you're fine.
My
I got
lawn-
my
lawn
I
is
got my
beautiful.
sprinklers finally set back, working last night. I'm pretty
Yeah.
proud of them.
Dane's house is already scary as hell. So I mean,
Well, it's a house on Hidden Hill.
No, it's a house on
right.
the hill, and there's already an area where there's seances happening in the back.
Yeah.
Like we told you about that patch of like flowers that we found,
It's
and like
called a corpse flower.
it was an upside down cross. I go, Dane,
Grows there.
why do you have this out here?
The guys are like
So,
out in the far
Liz
reaches
likes
of
her
the
incense.
upper backyard, and they're
It's-
just like,
no.
something went on in this corner.
And he doesn't even know because he doesn't go out there.
I don't know
So it
because I don't
happens when
go
you
that
own a
far
lot
up
of
my
land.
hill.
No,
So
there's
don't know what happens on
resurrections
my
happening
land.
in Dane's backyard. No, he doesn't even give a crap.
my yard extends far beyond the parts of the yard that I go to, so it just kind of continues up the hill, and I'm like, whatever happens back there is that part's business, I guess.
10 dudes in cloaks back there. What's up with that?
I just look out the window one night and I see some kind of like ceremony going on. I'd probably just
Hey, you
close
don't
my
ask
blinds and
questions,
pretend
right?
I didn't see
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, well, it was like a pet cemetery situation, right? Dane's cat came back acting a little weird.
There has been a weird
So,
cat hanging out in my driveway lately, and I know it's not the
There you
one
go.
that Levi gave me. So
So, Al, yeah, the headless horseman is
Yes.
awesome. I would totally get it if the horse was actually a horse and not a skeleton horse. Chris M, now the 3D and PNS are under the same umbrella. Do you foresee TRC carrying any of the 3D products? No, not at this moment.
Yeah,
we haven't
not-
had any plans to, and we
not at
haven't
the
been
moment.
asked to. So,
bang.
never say never.
never.
We don't know what we're
Yeah,
how the future holds, but vary can vary. Hey, gentlemen,
That's a
quite
fun
contrary.
No way.
quite contrary.
That's your name? That's
There's
awesome.
no way.
Carson Black, what's up, guys? Taking off work early for my birthday tomorrow. Going to spend a detail on my
Hey.
Subaru.
Aw, Carson.
Enjoy it, Carson. Happy
early
birthday.
birthday.
Live it up. I can't. I don't know if I can ask how old he is.
He
but
may
I
not
mean,
wanna say.
Carson, whatever, man.
He's a young guy.
It was good seeing you last weekend, and I hope you have an awesome birthday.
Did you get
dude.
to ride his little suitcase?
No,
Honda,
I didn't.
Honda days?
I think we're all recognizing that. It's
There
probably
were so
too
many.
soon
There were at least two or three
for me
there.
to risk my risk an
Risk
injury.
it for the biscuit. I get it.
No.
But I
looked
do.
like fun.
They do look like a lot of fun, though. The
A lot
Moto
of fun.
Compactos.
That seat looks real small, though. In case you got yourself a big behind, you may find that seat a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anna Longfield. Agreed, Joey, but it's not my favorite season. Anna, what is your favorite season?
I'm
Moving
also
on.
curious. I think Anna's a Christmas person. J Firefighter 1 says, love the ultra clay products you have. Is there any specific chemical that I should not use them with for fear of them breaking down? Iron removers, tar removers.
Tar removers.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't use them tar removers.
Tar will eat it up. Things that are designed to like melt adhesives, plastics, stuff like that.
yeah.
It's basically any of the rubber things like that. It's gonna affect your synthetic clays. So beware.
Next up here, we've got Anna says, "What Subaru do you have, Carson?" And then Joey Blinsky says, "At Halloween time, Disneyland really puts me in the spooky
lucky
mood."
dog.
I mean, he's like
Joey,
right there.
I've been
Deep
on
south,
it.
so.
Like they've got little ravens you can put on your shoulder, the little dudes that hang out from the Haunted Mansion now. So I'm like, I need to get me one of those.
So
So I'm gonna have to order stuff online.
Are they
I
not
think.
keeping the same Halloween thing until the time we're going?
No, because we go around Christmas time.
So they change it by then?
They change it after. Yeah, they
Really?
change it right after Halloween,
That sucks.
and they go right into Christmas.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Dang it.
Now when we go, it's beautiful because of the Christmas decorations.
I don't really
and the
not-
weather. It's quite nice and temperate.
I don't want it to be themed
Yeah.
like Christmas though,
Yeah.
personally.
But the weather's nice when we're there.
The
You
weather-
didn't have it. You got the weird rainstorm. But when I was
Yeah.
there 2 weeks before, it was quite nice.
Okay.
Super Auto.
So I'm hoping it's the same.
Super Auto wanted to know if Belinsky had a lurch costume.
That'd be
Hey,
a
just
great
because he's
costume.
tall,
Or just
but
a Frankenstein.
it would be pretty good. It's nice to see you here, buddy. Saying hello, microfiber
Thank
gold.
you,
Or
Hans.
what if he put on like a muscle shirt and just dressed as Reacher?
Ooh,
Oh man, dude. I
he
mean,
could just be Reacher.
Reacher's not that big of a guy. I mean, he's a big guy.
No, but he's
I mean-
tall, like Joey Belinsky. Like Joey Belinsky's height, but then put on like one of those muscle,
Right.
like the stuffed muscle things that makes you feel like you're even bigger
Proportionally
than you
speaking, I'd like
Right.
to see how big a muscle suit I have to do to make my torso actually
Could
look.
you imagine that? Be rad.
proportional? That would be pretty crazy. I'd be swimming in that thing.
are. Yeah.
Dane Jesse says, parked my car under a tree and it got a fine mist of sap over most of it.
The fine mist sap will wash right off.
If it hasn't attached too much products, no, dude,
wash right
just
off.
wash it. And you can use warm water in your wash, just like
You
or
can
hot
use
water.
warm
whatever.
O&R. You can use hot water. You can
Yeah.
just use regular water. It'll wash off.
Yeah, and if you feel like you need a little bit more cleaning power, just use a stronger shampoo and it'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Next up here,
Right.
we've
The
got
tale
Ryan.
of Blueberry and the Crotch Boys. Oh dear.
I love it.
Well,
crap.
that's not a good look.
Alex Dwyer with a better late than ever. Love you all. Hope everyone's doing well. Alex,
Thank
we
you,
are
Alex.
proud to have you back
Yes, sir.
on the in the audience watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say that.
Doing the thing. Thanks, Alex. We got Air first here saying, I thought you were doing a hot tub edition.
Yeah, right. We need
Yeah.
to.
I don't think we're really built for that whole hot tub streaming lifestyle. That's kind of something other people are a little better at than us, probably.
I would actually like that. It'd be
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
it'd be very relaxing for us. I just don't know if the audience would particularly enjoy the
We're all in each other's hot
view.
tubs.
Chris M says, crap. I've been online giving money to some DNC website.
Oh boy. Okay.
Jeff C says,
Weird.
first from Puerto Rico, I do, but I don't want to use that anywhere near my plastic trim. I guess I could try KCXT, but was hoping maybe Forest or Active Foam might have some effect if it isn't set too hard. Probably a active, yeah. Just try those. Try least aggressive first. Next up, we've got Josh says, hey guys, happy Friday Eve. I gave Easy Coat to a friend, but they haven't used it because they have a Jeep with a soft top. Should they be concerned? What do you so you can actually use
can use
Easy
Easy
Coat
Coat.
right over the top of the soft, not going to hurt anything. No
Yeah,
issues.
it'll be all right.
Yep, no issues there.
All right. On the page.
Have fun with it.
3. Man, we're still 15 minutes behind.
Anthony, the 99 Euro R Troleo had an H22 Prelude engine, the S2000 power steering rack, 216 horsepower, and the Recaro seats that were made for the Evo 4.
That's very
That's
specific,
actually
David.
pretty sweet. I mean, that's a pretty
Cool
good.
combo.
Yeah.
It's a good combo. Yeah,
Guys-
that actually is a really good combo.
The H22 is basically Honda's big block.
Super Auto says, Levi on the boat, Freebird.
Boats and bros.
Bros.
Boats and
Freebird.
bros.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Fun. Crawfish.
Yeah, Barney says, thanks for answering the bird poo etching.
You're welcome,
question."
man.
You bet, buddy.
Should we power through some of these, Dane, if we can?
I'm
Catch
only
up a
3
little
pages
bit?
behind
Oh,
now, so
good, okay.
despite
You
that,
said-
we don't need to rush too
Said
much.
50 minutes, so I was a little worried.
I was originally 6 pages behind, but then it was a lot of back and forth talk that we don't really
got it.
need to
You're able to
cover,
cut
so
through.
I was cruising.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Iris says, smoking mackerel fillets tomorrow over some apple. Oh my
What
God.
is this
Me and
guy's
his queen shall eat
deal?
like a lord and lady on Saturday. does live in a castle.
He does. We knew it.
He must.
He's
Yeah.
rich.
That Irish flag is the flag of over his castle.
It has to be, right? Like, think of
Something
like how
is-
he like the life he
It's like
lives.
the King of Ireland or something.
Yeah, there's something. We need to go visit this castle.
I mean, it's impressive the way you manage to have like gourmet meals every day. It truly
see,
is.
this is
Well,
what this is the
I could eat-
natural.
I could do that. technically.
But I
eat
mean, like
gourmet.
they're
every day.
fascinatingly gourmet. It's not just like your typical like.
Because
Okay,
it's just
here's
how
the
you
same
word
roster.
it, right? I
No,
could totally
The
word
way
that.
he describes it makes it sound so much better.
I know
It's
it's
the
perfect.
natural
That's how you do
progression
it.
of our audience, where like we build lore around our audience members. It is we need the time to, and now we've established that Ira's rich. He lives in a castle.
It's increasingly
and-
bougie.
He takes dips in the sea.
Yeah, dips in the sea. Like
probably
He does-
pretty
people
cold
do
there.
cold plunges. He does a true cold plunge.
yeah, he's
Dips in the
just-
sea outside.
Well, he probably caught the mackerel by hand.
Probably. Probably.
Well, if
Wouldn't
he
doubt
doesn't
it.
do it, who would, right?
Wouldn't doubt it.
All right. Oh no. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, that's it. Hot flex shaft talk.
Yep. Oh
Exodus effects.
no. Losing their.
Hey-oh.
Oh, and then Anthony's
painkillers
painkillers
are
are kicking in. Says Neil. Wow, I guess we know where we are in the conversation now. That was quite a transition.
Then Jeff C. I don't have the DIY detail, but I do have optimum tar. I'll start with KCXT since I don't know it's safe on the trim. Sap is literally tiny dots everywhere. Literally, Jeff, water. Wash first before you do anything else. I guarantee you, should just wash right off if it's tiny droplets.
And then if it
Fine
doesn't,
mist,
then
should
you can
just
follow
wash
up.
off.
But yeah. Superato performing next week at Bucky's. Dane and the Lot Lizards. Oh
He's gonna
no.
be polishing. He's gonna be polishing things.
Oh no. It's a lot
You
of
guys
big
have-
rigs.
Do you guys have a go-to ladder for washing tall trucks? Currently looking for a good one online. No, just a normal ladder.
Or like that scaffolding people
Or
can get.
yeah, or the 3-foot scaffolding that you
Harbor
can
Freight.
step
Those
on.
seem nice enough.
Scaffolding,
They're
yeah.
great.
Unlike
Gorilla
those jack
brands.
stands that should support people. And
Well,
you shouldn't have to worry about
gorillas
following.
will support a little higher weight too.
Yeah.
So
There you go. And a long field.
I'm getting my tools, mirrors, grab handles, and other touch points dirty when doing repairs. That's why I asked. Oh,
Okay.
and just like a glass cleaner or something should be able to wipe that stuff off.
Yeah, glass cleaner goes a long way.
Yeah, or any of our quick detailers will work too.
Mm-hmm.
Sheldon, a venison burger would really slap right now. Wow.
Does
See,
sound pretty
Sheldon's
good.
even blown away by ire.
See,
Yeah.
everybody's just getting the taste for the fancy stuff.
Kirby, also try safer method. Get a gel hand sanitizer. It often loosens that sap dots. On the big sap, the pine tar sap, that are like globules, that's when you use hand sanitizer. I'm serious, Jeff. Please go rinse your car off with water. You'll be surprised. Most people think it's like crap, and then they wipe it. Like I park under tree sap every day out here on the side of the building.
Yeah, those trees like
And it creates like it makes paint feel like sandpaper. You just wash it off. It's
that.
fine.
Yeah. Oh, wait, can't use that one. Never mind.
Oh crap!
Can't
Yeah.
do those.
mean, both
Okay,
can be a
can't do that
beaver,
either,
yeah.
Neil. All right, next, Anna.
Y'all got me laughing so hard. I'm getting weird looks. It's great,
Oh
Anna.
man, that one absolutely slayed back there.
Jay's Car Channel. Hey, fellas. Happy Friday Eve. Glad to see Ant Dog is back in full swing. As always, thanks for an awesome show.
Thank
thanks,
you,
Jay,
man.
for popping
Appreciate
in.
it.
Keep asking the good questions, guys. I swear, this is a detailing show sometimes.
Jeff, try with Coach T, which is less aggressive even on a riddled surface. Haven't used T much in order to know if it's safe on trim. I'm just careful and avoid trim. Yeah, again, I'll say this one more time for everybody. Pine tar sap, heavy pine tar, which are droplets, that stuff you use hand sanitizer or just alcohol to wipe off. You don't need to use anything stronger than that. If it's a fine mist of tree sap, literally hot water will take it off, or just water, basically. Just rinse it off. Hit it with your pressure washer. Wash your car as normal, soap and water. It comes right off.
Okay.
Like, you do not need to worry. I am a tree sap expert. Spencer B, hey there, gang. Looks like KCX released P602 pretty quietly. Did you know the differences between the new revisions? Yes. So the new revisions are basically making the products sustainable. So what they've been doing is getting rid of any dangerous goods, hazardous goods inside each chemical. So they are making them more not only environmentally friendly, but human friendly. And so they are really trying to lower and pull out all the toxicity out of any of their products. If there was even any of them, everything is getting made to be sustainable and green.
You'll probably notice that more with a lot of these European brands.
It's been
to new regulations.
And one of the reasons for that too is the availability of, like, Europe is always a little stricter when it comes in play with the chemistry of what they're making and manufacturing. There's a little more health and safety involved in that, which is a good thing.
It actually forces the industry to innovate and find new ways to adapt,
which is really good. But here's the other thing: sometimes the U.S. and other countries are actually stricter than the EU in many cases, causing a number of companies to have to reformulate their products to even get entrance into the U.S. to sell. So part of this process is to remove I can't remember the
some
anagram form or whatever,
yeah.
but it's a 3-letter word, and they're trying to remove all of those out of there. And it's something that they created 2 years ago at Automechanica. They said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to replace everything with better, safer chemistry for humans, so the users, as well as the environment.
Which, hey, if you're using this stuff day in, day out, it goes for any products out there. I personally would be very thankful that companies are paying attention to
100%,
this,
especially
and
those of us
actually
that have been using it for 20, 30 years. It starts to really play an effective role. You want to hear something messed up? This makes me think. And I got to say this for you guys.
Yeah.
This is probably nothing, but something that I neglected to talk about. But last weekend, I listed a bunk bed on Marketplace for sale. A gentleman called. I'll pick up the bunk bed. He got there. He said, I don't want the mattresses. A buddy of mine messaged right after that guy was on his way and said, hey, man, I'll take the bunk bed. And then he goes, actually, I don't even need the bunk bed. I just need the mattresses. So when the guy said, I don't need the mattresses, I said, all right, cool. Gave him the bunk bed, got my $50, then called my buddy. I said, hey, they're yours. Come grab them if you want them. He goes, I'll be there in the morning. I said, perfect. I deleted the post. He gave him the address. He headed over. This is a guy who worked at the car wash down the street with me. One of the guys that I started my career with.
Yeah.
We worked at the same car wash for 4 years. The same car wash that would foam hydrofluoric acid all over us,
which
every day.
You got put through
for
quite
4
a few times.
years.
Yeah.
Which I think is the cause to the majority of my osteoarthritis.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Now, talking to him, he's been a detailer since that day too. He's detailing RVs now. We were talking. He came out, met Augie, met Hadley, and then he heard Augie beep. And he goes, is he a diabetic? And I said, yeah. And he goes, my son's a diabetic. I said, no kidding, type 1? He's like, yeah. And then he goes, and you know what's weirder? My son, he got diagnosed with celiacs too. And I go, my son got diagnosed with celiacs. And he's like, crazy, man. Crazy. You and I got sons and we're about the same age. And I go,
radiation.
This may be anecdotal, but now I'm curious. Anybody in the audience know similar stories like
here's
this?
the thing. Well, so type 1 usually follows with celiacs because it's immune deficiency. And so if you have one, you have another one usually.
It stands to reason.
And Augie has 3 of them. He's got type 1, celiacs, and Graves' disease. I have Graves' disease. So and all of these can be hereditary.
Yeah.
But the type 1, we didn't really know for a long time where it came from until one of Carly's cousin's children was diagnosed. And then we're like, okay, now there's a family line predictor of what part of the family could have come from. But what if this is something that has happened because of the exposure to a chemical for a number of years?
That'd be kind of wild.
So it just
not unheard of.
It was one of those that like caught me to where I go, whoa, we haven't talked. Me and you haven't talked in like 15 years.
Yeah.
This is crazy. It was just strange. It was just strange enough. It's weird if I find another person that I worked with 20 years ago or 30 years ago that says, hey, yeah, man, I worked there too. Same number of hours and shifts you did. Hey, this is my kid. I'm going to be like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying this is a good thing. I know some people think it's a political thing and whatnot. It's not. It's a good thing, especially for those of us that have been in the industry as long as I have. You want to be safe. You want the products to not hurt your skin. Dane, we were watching a video where you guys got foamed and you were like, man, I was itching like crazy the day that I got foamed.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you would be. think about getting hit
Obviously.
every day. There's going to be a problem after a
Designed
while.
for cars, not for humans.
Yeah, and so especially those of us like Anthony and I, when we got little kids, they want to come out and they want to help wash the car. So having appropriate products that are designed to be safe and effective so that we don't have to worry as parents of it burning our kids' skin or hands
For real.
is a big deal. So
Agreed.
that's all.
Now,
Anyway.
I was going to add one more point on that because this is something I used to see a lot more of, less so now. I think people have come around on it. But for the stragglers out there, it used to be a very common sentiment, especially in the 90s going into the 2000s, that, when they started introducing these kind of safer chemicals, these newer things, the old school guys would be like, oh, that stuff's
Doesn't work.
garbage. It
It
doesn't
doesn't
work.
work. No.
You know, you got to have this hardcore stuff. If it doesn't, like, kill me when I take a whiff of it, then it must not be very good. And you got this kind of...
All those old detailers,
false
they
sense.
died of neurological diseases.
Yeah,
I know
it's not
that
good.
for a fact.
It ain't good. But there was kind of like a self-selecting field there. But there's still some people who probably feel that way when the modern stuff you're getting, even if it's green and safe and all that stuff, it does the job.
Yeah.
It really does. So don't let that be your determining factor whether or not you get a product or think it's going to be effective is just purely based on how dangerous you think it is. Like, that's a terrible metric to use. So that's just my
no, and
two
this
cents.
stuff all still works great. That's the beauty. That's part of their plan, is to make sure that everything, you don't lose any quality in the use of the product. But they're doing it internally for themselves.
Yeah.
Not only for their environment, but for their industry itself. They want to be a very clean company.
Yeah.
So
You don't want that on your
Yeah.
conscience if you can help it.
J.O. Silva, Uno Advanced with yellow or white pad isn't enough. Why the need to go for the wool? It's just an extra option to get a little more correction. It's not. What's cool is that Uno Advanced corrects really well with either wool or foam. But for those of you that are looking for maximum correction, that's when the wool gets you more cut
Wool's really
Agreed.
effective.
with Uno Advanced.
Here again.
Okay, let's be transparent. The truth sets it all free. I'm Anthony's dad.
Whoa.
Living on an island.
Whoa. Okay.
Brianicles back in
Hey.
action. What's up, man? What's up, guys? Sad news. Our part of the Deep South got a Dutch Bros, and traffic sucks around it. LA traffic already sucks, but Dutch Bros made it worse.
Well, don't worry.
Bravo.
They're probably bumping music and screaming at everybody who
As long
comes
as
to the
you're
drive-thru.
Listen.
visiting Anthony's sisters.
Listen,
How's your day
my-
go? Got
San
any
Diego.
plans later?
My sister
Eddie?
and my brother-in-law are operators of two stands. All right, it's their stands, but they're in Oceanside area, right? Please support them, right? You know, it all helps my family and it helps my daughter's gifts. You know,
Yeah,
for her
birthday presents and
birthday
stuff.
presents.
Is it fun
as
for
far
some people?
As far as LA, oh yeah, I don't care about that. But you know, I'm sorry that it made it worse. And you know what's funny? I went to a Dutch Bros the other day.
It's an introvert's nightmare.
Man, I just sometimes don't want to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like
That's what I'm saying.
my mom, because she likes going, because she feels like it supports our, you know, the family
Sure.
Yeah.
business. You know,
Yeah.
however that works, right? But we went, and we, you know, my mom, we went. My mom's like, "Do you want to stop and get a cold brew?" And I go, "Yeah, sure." She's like, "Let's just stop at the Dutch Bros." You know, Caitlin will tell Caitlin about it, and she'll be happy. And I go, "Okay."
Yeah.
My mom pulls up, curbs her wheel
Oh, good
on a
start.
freaking brand new
Well,
car.
the car
Curbs-
need a treat too.
Curbs are yeah,
need a little
2023.
get a
you
taste
know,
of that curb.
Curbs
Yeah,
brand
just
new
need a little
car.
taste.
I go crap, and then we pull up to the thing, and it's just like,
It's always thing.
hey, what's up? You know, what are you guys doing? You guys chilling? You guys
Got any
like, having a
plans
good day?" And my mom's like, I'm just with my son, and we're just, you know, I just picked him up, and you know, he dropped his car off somewhere, so now we're just going back. My granddaughter's sleeping in the back, and she's just like, oh, that's right. Oh, that's so sick. Like, that's lit. And she goes, that's cool. What are you
For
guys
real,
doing?
for real, no
Yeah,
cap.
What are you guys doing tonight? And my mom's like, oh, probably sleeping. And you know, and the girl's like, that's so cool. It's my first week on the job. I love it here. You know, and
Can't even. I'm trying to keep like the
Dane's running out of-
atmosphere going.
Dane's running out of breath here.
like I think like 10 years ago, I would have been like, oh, sweet, right? This is fun.
It's
But like
fun.
now, I'm just like, crap, dude. No, it's just a lot, right? It's just a lot. I can't really relate with the kids anymore, and I don't really know what else to say, you know. And
It is a very conscious decision when you choose to go there. You could go to any coffee shop, but when you go there, You have to.
That's why Glenn stops by
You have
every
to
morning.
establish,
so,
like-
Gets
they're
that
so
party going.
inconvenient to get in and out of. Tell me one Dutch Bros you've ever been to that was like, oh, this was an easy stop.
the in and out of coffee.
It's like such crap. I mean, it's always inconvenient. And but with that said, please go support my family business. My sisters in Oceanside. If you stop there
Oh,
and
man.
say, hey, just go to Anthony. They'll probably, hook you
boy.
up. Super Auto 2K says, sounds like an awesome goat, Levi. Need a vlog or pick of the
My wife said that. She thinks I should live stream when I'm detailing.
I think you should.
Yeah. I mean,
just,
I think
just
that's
a live stream while I'm detailing.
Yeah.
Set up a little live stream camera and just
Put it on a
work.
tripod
You used
and go.
to try to
Answer
do that more
questions.
often,
I did.
and you've gotten
Yeah.
away
I've started
from it.
looking at cameras to just do that for fun. I just haven't
What do you mean,
spent
camera
the
your
money.
phone? Your phone's
No,
perfect.
my phone's broken.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, so fun fact, Levi, my oldest son, with the camper, painted the replica 71 GTO Judge used in The Walking Dead.
nice.
No
Oh,
way.
sweet.
That's cool.
That's cool, actually.
That's very cool.
sweet.
Rad. And Ed, thanks for the answer. I'm planning on using some Power Clean 3-to-1 with then a rinseless wash. By the way, we have a gas station chain called Sheets. The
I
jokes
remember
are
Sheets.
endless.
That's so funny.
Super Auto
man.
JB, I've always questioned eating food from a place named Sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Iverson, I absolutely love Sheets whenever I visit the East Coast family.
Yeah. When you bring some over to somebody, you can say, I brought you the sheets. All right.
Spencer. Howdy, guys. Watching a combine, tinted on 24 Polaris
Yeah.
Ranger and
Nice.
ceramic coating a new Corvette and semi. Talk about diversification. That's right. That's a
Spencer,
good
you're
combo right there, dude.
You're a man of many skills, many talents. Keep it up, dude.
You really are. And don't worry, I still got to edit your podcast episode, but I'm aware of it. I'm very mindful.
But Dane's leaving the country for 3 weeks. So
But
you're
I
not
am
going to
be gone for a while, so it's
So you're going to
probably
wait.
not happening.
Sorry, Spencer.
soon. Sorry.
Neil White says, TRC, if you're all ever in Arkansas, you need to go to visit.
I've seen those.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, the come and
crap.
goes are a real thing.
That's a
I'm
real
aware.
place?
Yeah,
Yes, that's
in
a real
Idaho,
place.
we have a Mr. Gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little more family
David
friendly.
Boy says, mochi rice covered ice cream.
Yeah, now we're talking. Get the red bean stuff. Fine detailing.
Really enjoyed the interview with your parents, Dane. Really cool story and good people. I'll be a customer for life. It's not just about the brand, but also the people behind the brand. Thank you. We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate
Nice,
that.
No, seriously, really, really
Yeah,
appreciate
that's awesome,
that.
man.
They're exactly how they come across in that. I mean, these guys can attest to that.
Yep, they're very sweet people.
Then we've got Demo. Hey.
Yeah, dude. No way. I mean, seriously.
Get the
I think
Pepto ready.
the octopus ginger chips really threw a wrench into things.
It was so funny. I wish you guys could have been there because
Oh,
there were so
man.
many different flavors just floating around.
Yeah.
You guys tried this? Try this one. What is it?
Alex?
Are Canadian all dressed or ketchup chips considered? Alex,
The ketchup chips I've had several times, courtesy of you. I am okay with them. They're not my favorite, but I've been okay with them.
I couldn't get behind
The
it.
all
You know what
dressed
I
up,
mean?
I'm trying to remember what that tastes like. I don't remember that as well. That's more like a sour cream kind of thing,
Was
right?
there like a poutine version, like a poutine flavored?
I mean, somebody had to
chip
have come
or
up with that for a
something?
Canadian chip, but their whole thing is like ketchup chips.
Yeah.
Then we've got, oh boy, that's a misspelling. German hair bows are fire. I know you mean
Haribos,
Haribo's,
yeah.
Haribos.
Yeah, they're good
Agreed,
stuff.
yeah.
They're
Hair
good
bows.
stuff.
I'm just imagining people finding a bunch of hairs and
That's
gummy
like the
bears.
that's
really
like the
gross.
strong. That's like the closest you can get from coming off the tree. You know what I mean?
This is pine flavored.
Truffle oil over roasted parsnip chips.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm loving these suggestions. This
Dig
is
it.
great.
That's Castle stuff though. He's recommending.
Yeah, he is.
That's more castle stuff. All this castle cuisine.
David says, I think Dane should eat some of the tamarind candies from the Hispanic cultures.
Oh, man.
He gets a little scared about that stuff. Anthony loved it.
I've had like
No, I love,
tahini
dude. I love
type
tamarind.
stuff,
I love
but-
that.
But like you would have the sucker or the spoon with the tamarind on
yeah,
it.
well,
Yeah,
that and then
I've had those.
Then I love all the different like the mango suckers, well the chili
Yeah.
powders on them. I love all that kind of stuff.
As
That's
someone
so
who enjoys
delicious.
mango habanero salsa and stuff like
Who
that, I like
sent
that.
us that?
but-
Who sent us that care package? Remember, it was all the different
Oh,
tamarind.
yeah,
Juan.
who
Was
did
it?
send that? Was that one?
No, Juan was
No,
here when we
wasn't,
got it.
Wasn't one?
It might have been David. I don't know. Maybe.
Was it
Someone sent
David?
all
If
that?
you're in the comments, please remind
Someone
us. We're
sent
trying
us
to
a bunch
It
remember.
was like a ton.
Hispanic
Was it like
candies.
Alejandro,
Hispanic
maybe?
candy.
Or?
Maybe it might have been Alejandro from Costa Rica.
Was it all? Maybe it was, but it was some
Could've
good
been.
stuff. Yeah, it was the strong stuff.
We love Alejandro.
Anyway, thank you to whoever did. Devil's in the details. What's up, nerds? What I miss? What's up, man?
Hey.
Welcome.
And then I've got Franco, hello. Then I got more hellos. And then I've got Spencer here using 1,400 gallons to wash one combine. And there's 12 we have
That's
to
a lot
do.
of water, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's a lot, buddy. David Cervantes.
So going back to Buc-ee's, isn't it predominantly a Southern thing? If so, Ohio has been proclaimed Southern as one is being built currently.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Dude.
Yeah, it is a Southern thing. We don't have
As
them
far
up
as I
here.
know, yeah.
Interesting.
Joey,
I need a pumpkin spice bio bomb.
they
bar.
should get on that, actually.
Dude.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Ooh, or I like Anna's suggestion here.
Yes,
Yes, or
or
apple
apple
cinnamon bio-bomb.
Mhm.
That would be a very like
So
Christmassy scent.
I almost ordered a PSL this
Yeah?
morning.
Did you almost?
I
We
almost
resisted?
did.
It's not Dixon weather yet, though.
I know. That's what stopped me.
Yeah.
Is that what
You
stopped
know what I got
you?
instead?
What's that?
They call it a medicine ball.
Okay.
Well, that sounds
It's
yikes.
it's tea,
Oh,
and it's a peach tea with lemonade and honey and mint.
is it like
Yeah.
a ball you drop into water?
No,
and it
it's
spreads
just a
to
tea. It's just a tea.
Oh,
They call it a.
it's just a name. Okay.
They've got a different names like citrus mint.
I was imagining like a bath bomb in
It's
a
really
water
good,
cup.
Dane. No, it's called a citrus mint tea at Starbucks.
Okay.
But the street term
Hmm.
when they pour in the lemonade
Medicine
and honey
ball.
is a medicine ball.
Well, before we know it, I mean, it'll be beginning of October. PSLs, Dixon Flannels, Junkyard Walks. It's going to come
Yeah.
back.
What I'm excited for is that once the fall leaves start to fall.
Yeah.
And you and I walk across the street, get our PSLs,
yeah.
and then walk all the way over to
We-
the junkyard
Because
just
we're going to
a
have,
few doors
we'll
down.
have our Sonic tools with us.
We'll have our Sonic tools in a nice flex bag,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
just kind of shoved in there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like
but-
dinging, clinking around and stuff.
Yeah.
But then we get to the yard, and honestly, we leave a few of the Sonic tools behind,
Yeah.
just like gifts for people behind.
Well, it's like a treasure hunt.
and then
right.
and I replace them with like $5
Husky
Honda
one-
parts.
Well, or Huskies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just get the Huskies and put them in its place because hey, there was a screwdriver here.
Comparable product.
People don't know.
So David Cervantes here. Have you guys seen the Costco punk rock skeleton?
No.
Yes,
I've been to
I saw
Costco, but I don't know if I saw the punk rock skeleton.
I think I'm gonna go to
I
Costco
saw
this
it.
weekend.
Our Costco already has Christmas decorations, so
Yeah,
in
ours has
typical
the
retail
pumpkins.
fashion, they're just way ahead of the curve. It was always something I dreaded in retail. One who shall remain nameless, Levi.
Are we going to see a relatable garage tour of the Gates Halloween display? We
Ah.
could. It's right now I've got an inflatable and I've got my flame lights, and then you walk into the Jarl's Hangout,
Jarl's
and my
Hangout,
year-round skulls are always there, lit. The
lit.
skulls of my enemies
Yes,
that
correct.
burn in my fire.
Correct.
And then you walk into a tombstone that says, "Welcome to our haunted house."
That's nice.
And then on the ground, there's a mat that says, "The ghosts are here."
Yeah.
But you don't have any gargoyles.
No.
Are you considered a gargoyle?
Well, I have neighborhood cats and things that
Okay.
lounge around the yard.
Sure.
I just feel like your house isn't as haunting as it could be.
No. But at night, when all the lights are off and only got the flame candles going,
Yeah.
or the flame lights
Yeah.
going on the outside, and then I have a couple bright washes of color from my spotlights. I'll shoot a big,
If I put a red
Like
spotlight
lime
on my
green,
house, it would be creepy.
like lime green on one
It
wall,
would- it would
purple
like
on
that.
another. It looks pretty cool. My
Yeah.
door's always painted orange.
Yeah.
My front door. So you
Yeah.
walk in, and then when you walk in, then there's a plethora of Halloween related
Well, the
pictures.
piano, right?
piano's
is
there.
haunting as
Yep,
usual.
it plays itself.
Plays itself. Neil
Neil
White
White.
says Home Depot has a werewolf for $75.
They do have a
Good
werewolf
deal.
for $75.
And then Joe Silva says, yesterday arrived some goodies from TRC Europe. About to sell my wife and kids on the black market just to get some spare time to dive into top-notch stuff. We get
Whoa.
it, man.
Hey,
We
I
I mean,
totally
sell
understand.
less,
No
say
one,
less.
we're not here to judge.
Yeah.
We're not here to
do-
judge.
do
That's
what,
between you and them.
do what you got to do.
You know, Levi's son sounds like me as a kid. Oh yeah, no, I'd say, Anna, he's great. He's fun.
Oh no, I haven't been poltergeisted yet.
Dane's
Neil
house is
White.
built on Indian burial
It
ground.
truly was, Neil.
So the other morning I was dropping on Dane's for Halloween Ghosts of the Asian Beatles Past.
Dude,
Infestation.
seriously.
Oh, dear.
It was an infestation. Spring. Dang it. I thought it was Christmas, Anna.
Spring minus the pollen.
Yeah,
she
okay.
says.
So Augie literally was talking the other day, and he got out, and we were like, I was all right, have a good day. And then he calls me from his watch, and he goes, oh my gosh, I just walked onto the playground. Someone drew an entire summoning circle in the center from Gravity Falls. And I go, well, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
And he goes, or a death sign. Either way, it'll be a great day.
Either way, all right.
There you go. Have a good one.
That's good.
We got Owen Samuels in the
Hey.
mix. Dr. Samuel says a big
What's
hello
up,
from the
Owen?
South. Great
Love
show.
that
All the
guy.
best, Dr. Detail. Owen just got out of surgery himself.
Yes,
right?
you did. I hope you're recovering quite nicely.
I think he is going to recover quite well, and he's going to get back into detailing here hopefully the next few
Good.
weeks. Maybe waterless wash, rinseless wash, and then
Taking
work
it
his way-
easy.
Take it easy. So, Owen, hope all is well.
Enjoy it.
Take care, Owen.
Next up here, we've got your boy Jake says Dane in a muscle shirt and a hot tub hosting the podcast.
It'd be like that episode of
no.
Arrested Development where
Oh.
George Michael never takes it off. He
never
just starts
takes it
wearing it
off.
over his clothes, but his clothes over it.
And he just tries to be real subtle about
Yeah, they're like, wow, did you gain some weight?
it. Raphael, hey TRC, it's been forever since I tuned in. Glad to see everyone doing well and hope everyone's having an awesome Friday Eve.
Thank you,
Raphael,
Raphael.
you.
welcome
Appreciate
and
it.
thank you for coming back. We appreciate it. No matter how long someone's gone, they're always welcome back here. You know that.
Too true.
All right, and then we got Air here.
Allegedly, I can have the EV chipped to 450 horsepower.
That sounds like fun.
Pretty cool. Okay. And then Jeff C says, "Got it. I was going to just wash it normally first and hope it comes off." Yeah, Jeff, I would just jump into a normal wash and just see what
Yeah.
happens. I mean,
Work from there.
then it could be a problem after that, but it may not at all. David Cervantes says, "A hot ladder talk. Get a little giant. Fire department
yeah.
tested and approved. Literally the most useful ladder ever."
I've
Yeah.
got one and I love it.
I've got a
You do?
knockoff.
Yeah.
I've got a knockoff Little Giant. It's a Werner, and it's a great ladder. It's not big enough for my
Are these
needs.
are these special? Because I just have like a just Home Depot six foot ladder special. You know what I mean? Nothing
Yeah,
crazy.
My Little Giant goes from 3 feet to 6 feet to 8 feet to 12 feet.
Yeah,
Really?
it's one that
Lengthwise.
like it turns into an A-frame, but
It goes
it can extend, but it folds over in half, or it can fold so it's straight out, and then it becomes one you can lean.
Like
You
all
can do
kinds
all
of
that stuff, and that has really good locking mechanisms. Really good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like them a lot. All right, next up, I got Rick's Auto Detail. I still got one more page after
Okay,
this. so
hey
we
guys,
gotta be
starting a mobile
cruising.
detailing business here in the Treasure Valley soon.
Nice.
Any
Yeah.
quick tips? Thank you. Come by and see us.
Come by and see us, man.
Talk to the guys, and you'll
Really?
definitely
Come-
get some
come
content.
visit us.
Premium microfiber
Come
products.
visit us. Come visit MVP
I was
Detail
gonna say,
Supply.
familiarize
right over
yourself
here
with
on
MVP.
in our lot. And yeah, seriously, do.
For sure.
Joey Blinsky says it just smashed a midday
Oh.
glizzy. No slap today though. So
Gentlemen.
midday hot dog, Costco possibly,
Yeah.
or was it just a ballpark?
Let's
Regardless,
get it at the gas station.
do you know a lot of people eat gas station hot
No.
dogs?
You know what my
don't.
wife likes
That's where the
doing?
term glizzy comes
She
from,
likes the
right?
Jackson's pulled pork burritos.
What?
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Yeah, she says
Dude,
they're
The
they're
bonfire.
legit.
Oh wait,
no,
that's
not
Maverick.
I love my wife, but there's certain things that she'll do that I question.
Choices.
Yeah,
Like, she'll get a hot dog at the movie theater, right?
Yeah, right.
And just
That's
off
a choice.
of one of the
She's like,
rollers-
I'm having a hot dog.
She's like, I'm gonna get a hot dog, and I go, why? You don't want to get like a popcorn or like a sealed
Yeah,
nacho?
you don't like that hot dog being
Something
fried.
sealed.
With
I make somebody a sealed nacho,
or
and she
getting,
goes,
she doesn't
"No."
want some fire on top of that to
Well,
kill any of the
but-
bacteria or
But
disease.
you know, though, now they have this routine where if you order a hot dog at a movie theater, they have to grab the tester, like the little prodder, to make sure the internal temperature is correct, which is a good
Okay,
thing,
that's
right?
good.
Right.
But from a sanitary perspective, I go, are they washing that every time?
Right,
that
they're just
going-
transferring from the last one to the
You know,
last.
are they just setting that back on the counter? But my wife could care less. She goes, I want to watch a good movie and have a good hot dog. I'm like, it's not a good hot dog.
Definitely
It's
not,
not a good
one.
It's not good here, but
Yeah.
you're gonna be okay with it.
Ooh, Alex.
Speaking of smoking, use some Traeger cherry, hickory, and maple smoke to smoke some onions and sausages covered in premium Canadian syrup. Wow,
Attaboy. That's
Interesting.
good stuff there.
Very
yes.
nice.
All right, getting
I
Canadian.
know you
So
don't love
the-
onions.
So
but
the book that I'm listening to right now is The Art of Barbecue, Meat Smoking Manifesto from Franklin Barbecue.
Is it
I'm listening to the audiobook.
Okay.
Right now we're talking
Are you
about
learning
wood.
some things?
Yeah, right now we're talking about wood.
different
The
type
types
would
of
make?
woods and
I'm
what the
apologizing to
flavors
Nick
they do.
and/or Glenn behind the counter because I still got a whole other page of comments I got.
Higher Food sounds like he's got a personal Gordon Ramsay.
Ira lives in the castle. We've
Yeah.
established that.
We're pretty sure.
Alex says, I've rinsed off baby sap with warm water with ease, Jeff. Don't fret, bro. Baby sap, that's a good term for that.
Yeah, baby sap.
Yeah, and I need a platform to work on trucks because I'm 5'3". Yeah,
Fair.
those, like I said, those platforms are great. Super Auto 2K, Alex, that sounds amazing. Ire mussels warmed in tarragon and cream, served on a bed of jasmine rife. Crushed black pepper, so simple. It's so simple, yet so delicious.
Oh my gosh, that sounds
tarragon and cream, guys. Come on, why are you not doing that with your mussels?
I love mussels. I just want to come eat with you. Can I do that?
G. Davis, I would have tuned in earlier if I'd known Anthony was reenacting the interrogation scene from Basic Instinct.
G. Davis sneaking in right at the end.
Dropping him from the
Man,
back.
that was...
Eating really good can be really cheap if you're prepared to take the time and immerse yourself. Our predecessors ate better than us. They had to. Anthony did that for his dog once.
Big words coming from a guy in a castle, Ire. So I'm just saying. So.
Duck season now available in Ireland.
This
Go
guy,
out and
he's
have
gonna
a
have
hunt.
some like foie gras night
No,
off or something.
I think like Ira's gonna be like, I have several hounds, and we go hunt foxes. And,
yeah,
it's
it's fox hunting with a group of fine English gentlemen. Although the Irish
Not
and
fine
English, they don't
English, other
necessarily.
Irishmen.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they don't get along so well, but
It's like the same thing with just probably a little bit more alcohol. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Possibly. So
Well-
moving on, we've got
Exodus, old school, used to use leaded gasoline for everything. Yep.
lead was in everything.
yeah.
Lead and asbestos.
Wabbit season.
Wabbits.
Super Auto's got that.
Wascally wabbits.
And then on a work platform I use is a Gorilla Heavy Duty because of the adjustable heights. That's a nice
works.
one. Yeah.
Yep.
And then Ire, one Wabbit, one.
Bit of one.
Jeff C. I still see a lot of detailers talking about wheel acid being their go-to product or using super clean on interiors and have zero thoughts about PPE. Boggles my mind
Yeah.
that this is still a thing. I know it's
Yeah.
surprising, but a lot of them are just they aren't paying attention. And I know detailers that have been doing it as long as I have, and they don't even change from the products they were using 30 years ago.
Dude, wheel
So-
acid's tough on you, man. It's
Yeah.
It
I mean,
mess you up.
it'll mess you up, dude. It's bad stuff. Our first says a friend will bring over some pheasant stew
Oh,
Sunday.
such a beautiful Sunday lunch.
It just keeps me busy.
on a quaint foggy Sunday with some pheasant
boots
stew.
and pants and boots and pants.
There's boots and pants or there's boots and cats. You can say it either way and it works.
Yeah, boots and
Boots
cats.
and
Yeah,
cats
it
and
is the
boots
same
and cats and
thing.
Boots and
yeah.
cats.
Yeah, Golden Ego or Kokomo no cap for real
bussin'.
Our Dane is so chill, the original cool dude. I love him. He is
thank
very
you.
chill.
He is the
Appreciate
original
that.
chill dude.
Until they
we've-
gaslight
we've-
me and they could really get me riled
We've
up.
traveled the world with this man, and he is just happy to be there.
Yeah.
and calls it a vacation when it's a work work
Yeah,
trip.
yeah. I find a way to make any of the experiences enjoyable because even if they're bad, they're memorable in a fun way.
Yeah, it's like pizza.
once you're done, like
Right?
you're like, wow, that was terrible. But in retrospect, you're like, wasn't it funny how? And
Yeah.
you can enjoy it. So
Yeah.
Exodus SFX.
You can be optimistic.
Do we even read off his?
My son was also a zombie in a
sorry.
few episodes, and then finally got a non-zombie part as one of the two tank drivers.
Governor stormed the prison.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I
Oh,
too
okay, I
may
remember that.
partake in
Yeah.
pheasant stew of the Campbell's Chunky Chicken Noodle Party. Very good.
Yes, the
Yes,
Campbell's
I will take
Bronchitis.
the
Touche.
Campbell's Chicken Noodle
That's
soup,
great.
please.
Sheldon, so chill, no cap. And then Anna, then I have a little giant jumbo step. That's a
Oh,
great one
yeah,
too, Anna.
good
Good
one.
job. Sheldon, I went there once, never again.
Oh, well.
And then Super Auto 2K. Unfortunately, Daryl Dixon tossed a grenade in the tank, and he could no longer be in another episode as a non-zombie. Oh,
Well,
so your son was killed at that time.
No.
David Cervantes says, it was me that sent you all those candies.
Oh, was it David?
spiced
Okay,
candies.
maybe it was
Okay.
David.
That was
okay.
David.
'Cause we
Yeah,
had a lot
we
of
appreciate
different
that. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good.
Tamarind,
That's awesome.
right.
flavored
Thank you for
everything.
that,
It
by
was
the way.
amazing.
No, that was fun.
I loved those. And Seabass ate all the spoons.
He ate all of
the
them.
Yeah.
all the tamarind spoons. He ate all the spoons. He loved those. I like everything.
Our sweet dreams, sexy people. Thank you, sir.
Enjoy,
too kind.
enjoy sleeping in your castle.
Yes. Enjoy.
Sheldon, unfortunately, I'm still at work and starving. All this food talk has made me hangry.
Not
Yeah.
just hungry, but hangry. Sorry about that. We're almost
Jay Hall,
there.
how do the others, besides Absolute, perform in the Wash, Clay, Seal Arena? Any recommendations for using RRW in that mode? You could. And if you're looking for KCX products, you could pair it with a SiO2 or SOO2, I mean, as a topper if you'd like. But each one's kind of different, right?
Yeah.
Like they don't all, not everybody works for the right wash, clay, seal mode that some of the other products do. They got to have enough body and enough slickness to be able to achieve that.
Yeah. Then you got David here.
Have a great weekend, guys. One of these days when the pockets become more cushioned, I will send more care packages of snacks and tools. We
There's no obligation.
no
but it
totally
is-
appreciate everything you've done,
we
David.
enjoy it, and you've been wonderful. And thank you for
Yeah.
the ride that time when we were over in Chicagoland.
We'll never forget, David, when we burn this world down, we will spare you.
What?
What?
Where's that coming
What?
from?
I say that out loud. Sorry, it's supposed to be an internal thought.
We were inside that.
Barney
okay.
13 says, TRC, I currently use turtle wax ceramic spray on my truck as a standalone protection, and I want to try PNS Defender. Can I apply on top of the turtle wax? You can, but honestly, I've tried a Defender on its own. So either
It's gonna be
let
better
the
on
turtle
its own.
wax ceramic spray kind of die off on its own. You can also do a nice light decon with a soap or some IPA, and try to give Defender its best shot on its own. I think you'll
Yeah.
enjoy it, but you can technically probably put it over the top.
But we will tell you that turtle wax ceramic spray is just fine.
Yeah, it's great as
it's
well.
great stuff
It's
too.
good stuff.
But yeah, like Levi often says, putting your strongest products first, that kind of thing. Like your coating, and then you can do like
They're
a
about the
sealant,
same
Then you can
in,
do yeah.
strength, so it's kind of a hard one between those two.
But yeah, just give it a chance to wear off before you go putting more and more things on there.
Great.
Diminishing returns at a certain point.
G. Davis, I love my wife, Anthony, to the staff of Larry Miller Honda during their Win 97 Prelude wet t-shirt contest.
Oh lordy!
Crap.
Oh dear!
I would enter it to win a 97 Prelude, G. You know I would.
Says Umberto Levi, lots of old stuff still used like on shops using DAT instead of matte polish.
Yeah.
That's not the term. It's kind of like a PTFE or PFE.
It's not
So-
PFA. It's like
it's
that's
a-
plastic.
I know
No,
what
it's
you're
a
talking about.
style of that, but you're right. It's
Okay.
close. You're right, though, Umberto.
Yeah.
I'll have to figure. I'll put it in the group. Have a great week, everyone, until our next gathering.
All right,
you.
winner
Good to see
shall
you, man.
remain nameless. We'll have a name for you next time, or Anthony will anyway, because he's going to be running the show.
And Hans
next
with
week.
a guten Abend.
Guten Abend.
Guten Abend to
Thank
you,
you.
Hans. And then the last one, David Cervantes.
Still an offer when the next meet happens.
All right,
Absolutely.
David, we will be in touch on that one. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in today. Please, if you could, before you leave, hit that like button. We really appreciate it. Helps us in the algorithm. And another thing that helps us in the algorithm, leaving a comment down below. Not in the live chat at this point, but below this when it becomes a video after the stream is processed. It helps us out. Just say something about a topic you'd like to see next time, something along those lines. Otherwise, you can look forward to Q&A Thursday with Anthony and whatever he chooses to do with it next week. Maybe there's a guest. And yeah, you guys have fun. We'll catch you on the next one whenever we happen to be back. But in the meantime, say hi to Anthony for us next week. All right. See you
ya.
guys.
Say it.